Dope addicts are here.
Whoever would have thought that they were Swedish? I mean, really.
You can't hear the Swede, can you?
No, you really can't.
They hide it well.
I'm surprised.
That's a stealth Swede, is what that is.
I'm surprised you didn't go for Smuggler's Blues by Glenn Frey because it peaked at number 17 or number 12 on the charts on this day in 1985.
It peaked. It only ever
Number
got
12.
to number 12.
That's so hard to believe. It was so.
I know. I thought it'd be way lower than that.
I mean, it had that Miami Vice momentum and everything. No.
So, I mean, I know. Everybody must know why you played that.
I would. Well, you never know. It's
I don't care.
That's for Melania's Poor Choice of Fashion.
If you don't know what that is, just
Melanie, excuse me. Melanie.
Just Google Melanie Trump and what she wore to the border. Is it at x96.com/live?
There we go.
That code says, "I don't care."
I really don't care. Do you?
And everybody's
it was
speculating.
An accident. I don't know. Melania just, as she was walking out of the White House, there's a coat closet. She just reached in and grabbed whatever was the first thing that was there.
Gina, no, I think you are way on the other side of where I was about to go. Everybody's speculating. Was she sending a message? Is she doing that? Is she doing it? She's just dumb. She's just dumb. That's all.
See, there are many schools of thought. There's she's just dumb.
No.
That's what I think. She's just dumb. She's thoughtless.
Nothing.
Everything revolves around her.
Nothing that a first lady does is not calculated. Every single item of clothing she wears in public is calculated. It is not a grab the coat as we walk out of the door. I didn't think about it.
So you're telling me that this administration, of which she is a part, everything they do is calculated. They know exactly what they're doing. They're geniuses. They plan everything. I think this is indicative of they don't know. None of them know what the hell they're doing ever. What's her name goes to a Mexican restaurant for dinner. Corey Lewandowski went to a Mexican restaurant for dinner.
That's all accidental.
I think it's stupidity. It is rank stupidity. That's what I think.
Stephanie says yes, because she wears $39 jackets normally.
No, it's very calculated. I suspect she hates Donald Trump so much she's trying to do everything she can to embarrass him.
That's what you'd like to believe.
You think she just grabbed a $39 coat out of the coat closet? I don't know, this one.
Somebody gave me this coat. I like this coat.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
I believe our president when he said it was on purpose. It was a message to the fake news.
Right. It's just.
See, that's why I think that I don't know about the calculated or stupid. I really don't. The Trump trying to spin it.
That's the dumb.
It lends credence to both of your arguments.
It does.
It
does.
Yeah, and neither one of us could prove.
Yeah.
My opinion was that there are people around here. They hire incompetence. They hire people. There was nobody there who would say, maybe you.
Well, that's the thing.
Maybe you shouldn't wear that.
Is that there were how many people did she walk by, and nobody said, maybe that's a bad choice?
Yeah,
that's the thing. Or do you talk to her? Are there orders not to talk to her? I don't know.
And maybe she so did it, and then she said, "No, I'm doing it anyway." I don't think so. Because why? Nothing to be gained.
Oh, Paulette, who she has certain insights.
And she's a woman.
That I trust. Every piece of clothing is picked out by a stylist every single day. Every outfit is planned carefully.
It's not an accident. It's not an
accident. I don't know. It was a bad choice.
It was picked by a stupid stylist. And she went, "Okay, I'll wear that." All right. Anyway, we ought to officially begin the show.
I guess.
I mean, I don't care, but
I don't care.
I don't care. I don't care.
He died.
Yeah.
She does not care.
All right, it's time to officially begin the show. We'll take a little break. We will do your check-ins in 3 words or less. Do you care? in 3 words or less. If you care, why do you care? Why do you care?
Why do you care?
If you care, why do you care? Why do you really care? In 3 words or less, 877-602-9696. That's a check into the Radio from Hell show. 3 words or less. Why do you really care? And I think there's a prize associated with this if you check in.
Fat Cat's gift card.
All right, that's excellent.
Oh, we need to
we got to
do a thing here.
Do the business here.
Okay, ready? Mm-hmm. Ranlife.com, great website, a lot of information there.
About mortgages, and you'd think, oh, that's boring. No, it affects your life. It really does. Mortgage for a house. Now, Ranlife is a local mortgage company. They have all kinds of mortgage loans. They're doing something now that's called a civil service grant loan.
Now, usually when you hear civil service, you just think firefighters and police officers, but they've expanded it.
Teachers, K through 12, and then first responders. It reduces your closing costs when you're purchasing or refinancing your home. Those civil service grants can be used to pay for costs or to reduce the already low interest rate that Ranlife will get for you. And there are no down payment options as well, with really affordable monthly payments. So if you are looking to buy a house or a second house, use a local mortgage company. Call them, 801-478-4500, or go to their website, ranlife.com.
X96 is the home of the 1 hour nonstop music weekday, and they happen 3 times per day.
Century, humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of 2 such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! Today, we find our elders tracting on the ice planet Hoth. Oh, man, it's cold out here. Why is it so cold?
It's an ice planet, Lehigh. What do you expect?
Oh, I'm sure glad my mom sent me these mittens.
And Zone Leader Hansen has sent us to some pretty dismal places before, but this has got to be the worst. Well, I hope that this Wampa fella lets us in and offers us some piping hot postum.
You know, these tauntaun thingies smell funny, and they're just not very comfortable to ride. I wish our hyperbikes hadn't frozen up. Let's see, 3rd cave on the left, just past the 2nd snowdrift. Yep, this must be it. Hello? Hello, Mr. Wampa?
I don't suppose his first name is Willie, do you? See, Willie Wampa. What? Hello, anybody home? Hey, pal, that's my ride home you're having for lunch.
You must be Mr. Wampa. Hi, I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is my companion, Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
Look out, Butch! Oh, man, he knocked you down. That's gonna leave a mark. Excuse me, Mr. Wampa, all we want is just a couple minutes of your time. Oh!
Oh, man. Where am I? Oh, heck. Hey, Lehigh, wake up.
Oh.
Wake up.
Oh, what in the flip?
This is just great. Here we are, hanging upside down, stuck to the roof of a Wampa cave, our feet frozen in what appears to be Wampa spit, while my ride home gets eaten by Mr. Wampa out there.
Yuck, I don't think this Wampa spit's ever gonna come off my wingtips. Hey, Hey, there's somebody stuck to the ceiling behind you.
Huh? Hey, it's that farm boy from Tatooine. Hey, Luke. Luke, wake up.
Huh? Ben?
No, not Ben. It's me, Butch. I don't suppose you got a plan to get us out of here, do you?
If I could just reach for my lightsaber. There. So much for the element of surprise.
Hey, look, your dad, Darth Vader, cut off Lehi's arm with one of those things. Cut him some slack.
Will Butch and Lehi ever escape from Wampa Cave? Will Luke cut Lehi's arm off just for the fun of it? Will our elders ever get the Wampa spit off of their wingtips? Tune in next time to hear Lehi say... Oh, thanks, Luke. For a minute there, I figured we was Wampa Chow.
Luke.
Ben?
Luke.
Ben, is that you?
You will go to the Dagobah system.
Mr. Kenobi? Dagobah? I've never even heard of it.
It's a swamp planet. You're not missing much.
You must seek out Yoda and continue your training.
But I've already been to the MTC. Ben? Yoda? Dagobah?
Mr. Kenobi, are you sure? I mean, we've already been to Dagobah.
Hold on. I've got some problems here. Luke, you go to Dagobah and seek Yoda. Butch, Lehi, you go thaw out your hyperbikes and continue tracting. I should have gotten Jedi call waiting.
On the next bone-chilling episode of Space Elders!
Or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
And it appears that some people have called for checking into the Radio from Hell show. 877-602-9696. What, in 3 words or less, do you really care?
Why do you care?
Or why do you really care? And now let's officially begin the show.
Brought to you by Lucky's Auto Credit, where $77 and a job gets you a car. 2 locations, Salt Lake City and Ogden. For program details or to apply online, visit luckysautocredit.com.
The moon is 71.4% full. It will be full on June 27th. The moon will rise today at 3:53 p.m. Today being Friday. It's the 22nd day of June in the year of our Lord 2018. And this is North America's most Xenodokial radio broadcast.
I don't know what that is.
Xenodokial means friendly to strangers,
Oh, yeah.
as
that's
in
us.
a xenodokial dog.
Okay.
This is the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, Gina Barberi. Yes, we are the oligarchs of the airwaves. We are the cucks of communication, the snowflakes of show business. The show is produced for you by Richard Stedman. Dylan Allred, no relation. That's for his protection. He is producing video for the show. You can see it at x96.com/live. And Cynthia is here helping out with the program as well.
All right. So, in 3 words, if you care, why
Yeah.
do you care?
Brought to you by the Ogden Twilight Concert Series, continuing Thursday, June 28th, with vocal electronic pop act Metronomy and Los Angeles indie rockers Cold War Kids. Get your tickets at ogdentwilight.com.
Let's begin with Dave.
Dave, thank you for checking in with the Radio from Hell show. Why do you really care?
Well, I really care about it's midterm elections, and we got to get these
Midterm
horribles
elections.
Yep.
horribles out of there, and it's just time for them to go.
All right, Dave.
Yep.
It's more
Thanks.
than 3 words, but it's okay.
Thanks for checking in. Well,
Hey, thank
Well,
you.
midterm
midterm
elections.
elections.
Three
was
words.
this.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Hi.
Sean, why do you
I-
really care?
Well, I'm a dad.
I'm a
I'm
dad.
a dad. So you have to really care.
I do.
You have no choice.
I have a beautiful daughter.
Well, that's good. How old is your daughter, Sean?
She's 5.
5, and you take care of her every day. You're a good dad to her.
Well, I get her every other weekend.
I see. So that's the important thing in your life. And whenever
Yep.
whenever you get your 5-year-old daughter, you're sober.
Yes.
Okay, good. He had to think for a second. Let's see. Yes, I am. I am sober. All right, Sean. Thanks for checking in with the Radio from Hell show.
Thanks. Love you guys.
All right. 877-602-9696. You know, it's your last chance to check in before we go on vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should make it more
That's going to
important.
get them calling in.
Yeah.
Who are you going to check in with next week? Not us.
Nobody.
Nope.
There's nobody who's gonna really care whether you check in or not.
Yes. Let's see. 3 words why I care. Leslie, intrinsic moral conscience. Stephanie, marginalization is wrong. Scott in California, we're all family.
Yeah.
My autistic children. Need numbing medication.
Yes.
Let's see. I have empathy.
That's why you really care. You have empathy.
We are human.
Yeah. Okay.
My brown son.
My brown son.
Someone has to.
Well,
Yeah. Ooh, there you go. Someone has to care. Nobody on the phone can think of a way. And we still have, we'll just keep that Fat Cats gift card, I guess.
Yeah.
Nobody calls 877-602-9696. We'll just
it doesn't go bad. We
This
can
is
give
fine.
it to somebody.
Yeah, some gift cards you get, there's a spoilage
Yeah,
date
no,
on
it
them.
doesn't
But
go bad.
I think there's like a Chipotle gift card. I think there's a best if used by date. I think.
You know how terrible I am with gift cards.
Yeah,
And
how many do you have in your wallet right
I
now?
don't know. I know I have a Maggie Moo's one in there, and I think Maggie Moo's is not a thing anymore.
What they sold cow products of some kind?
They were ice cream.
Oh,
I noticed that in there yesterday. I'm like, I don't think Maggie Moo's is around.
there used to be one at the Sugar House
Yeah,
Commons.
it's
Isn't that
not
where
there.
it was? No.
Now it's the waxing place.
What?
Yeah, I went in there and tried to get some ice cream, and they said, "Do you want a Brazilian?" And I said, "I don't. I do a Brazilian ice cream."
I get my nose waxed there.
Yeah. Now people are calling, but
Yeah.
it's probably too late.
Steve says 3 words, officially cancer-free.
Oh,
Oh, good.
congratulations.
Way to go, Steve.
Texter, should I though?
Yeah, it's harder to.
It's getting harder and harder
I
to
mean,
care.
it really is. It's
I
sort
don't
of.
even give a care.
It's so. I've had some of my cares removed.
I think that's just a good idea.
Yeah, it's hard.
Gloria.
Gloria, good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for checking in with us, Gloria. Why do you really care?
It's not right.
It's
not
not
right.
right.
It's not right.
Let's give Gloria the Fat Cat's gift.
Gloria gets the card.
Okay, hang on, Gloria. We'll give you a prize. All right.
It's not
Gloria.
right.
Let's go to Willie.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, Willie.
Why do you really care, Willie?
For my kids.
For my kids.
We get a lot. We're getting a lot of that this morning.
Mm-hmm. Until you have a child, Bill.
You just don't understand.
All right.
I got 4 of them, so I have to.
Thank you. All right.
Last count I had 4 as well.
You count off every day?
No, not every day. About once a month.
Let's see, more text. Because God doesn't.
Oh,
ouch. Deep. Jukebox hero.
What?
It's
I
3
don't know.
words. They're texting it into me. I don't know. Let's close off with
Rainy.
Rainy. Hi, Rainy.
Good morning, you guys.
Is your name Rainy?
It is Rainy.
All right.
It's
It's clear, but my name's Rainy.
Boom.
I see. And do you want? What's the story behind that name? Quickly.
I was born on a rainy day.
Okay.
All
Fair
right.
enough.
And Rainy, why do you really care?
My girlfriend does.
Okay.
Aw.
That's not.
And
So you.
she whispers into my ears to make me care.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
Rainy.
That's nice.
Thanks. That's
All right.
nice.
Thank you.
Will care.
I don't care.
Oh.
It's always a surprise, isn't it? Happens every morning, and yet it's still a surprise.
Well, but it's not anything going on. So I'll just remind you that you can inform us of traffic issues. 33986. Get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
All right.
You know what you should really care about?
What?
Is who does your plumbing.
Oh, yes.
Plumbing, if you have a plumbing problem, you should really care to call Shamrock Plumbing. That's the plumbers we use, and again, we do all kinds of ads like this on the radio, and when we talk about these places, they're places that we use and we really do like.
I've called them for plumbing problems, but I've also had them install a water softener, which I had a water softener, and they said, just let us put ours in.
Try this one.
If you don't think it's better, we'll come take it out. Well, they were right. It was better.
Shamrock Plumbing put a water softener in for me as well, and I kind of don't like it because it's so maintenance free. I forget about it.
Oh,
and then I think, maybe I better check the salt in there. And I gotta get to Costco. Shamrock Plumbing. ShamrockPlumbing.net is their website. Really, they do great work, and the water softeners, purifiers, and water heaters are great. Give them a call if you have an emergency. 801-295-1690, Shamrock Plumbing.
X96 gives you a 1-hour nonstop music wingding with John Smith right after Radio from Hell.
The warm
Mix 96.
6:33. We got big boy news and a Pinuendo now. Brought to you by
Elevate your summer at Snowbird, offering daily activities like the aerial tram, mountain coaster, and the all-new Woodward Rectangle. Pre-purchase your all-day activity pass online for best pricing. Details at snowbird.com.
Well, she is. I've always thought of her as just kind of the Earth Mother. Alyssa Milano.
The Earth Mother?
Kind of an Earth Mother, I think. Yeah, kind of a, bring all the children unto me. She's offered to foster immigrant children who are brought to New York City. I'll foster all of the children. Bring them to me. She's offered to take in, one.
Oh, well.
One of the hundreds of immigrant children brought to New York City. She says she would like to take in hundreds of immigrant children housed in foster care facilities in Harlem who were born from parents under President Trump's zero-tolerance immigration policy. And I guess there's a big detention center in Harlem, which I didn't know.
They've been sneaking them in the middle of the night.
Yeah. She already has 2 children, but she says, I am willing to offer children my home and my heart, my love, and whatever stability I can give them until they can be reunited with their parents. And she's serious about this. She says, I will register with the appropriate authorities so I can bring some of the kids into my home and foster them during this time of need. I don't know if she has a big home, but she's willing to take in some kids. So
good for her.
Yeah. And this is interesting. There has been speculation this would happen, but the Roseanne show is coming back. The Connors minus Roseanne, after her racist tweet immediately resulted in ABC canceling her show. Rumors about a spin-off circulated, and now ABC has said, yep, we're going to do it. It's going to be called The Connors. It will premiere next fall, taking over the Tuesday 8 p.m. slot left open by Roseanne. It'll feature the entirety of the revival cast except for Roseanne.
And it'll be terrible, probably.
I don't know.
And I think they're just doing this because of all the contracts. They were going to have to pay these people anyway. They may as well get a show out of it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it would be necessarily terrible. There is a good idea you could do around it. And they're good actors, so it might be good. I won't give it a chance, though.
No.
Are they going to say that Roseanne died? Are they going to kill her off?
She died of racism.
They will. They'll do something like that.
Fatal racism.
It'll be a great scene. Dan will cry. It'll be.
They will do something like that. They'll make it political and, a graphic novelist and filmmaker from a prominent Canadian family was convicted this week of torturing, scalping, and Gina's nodding, and killing his live-in girlfriend who had just given birth to their child 3 weeks before.
You know how he killed her?
He scalped her.
No.
And drained her blood.
That's how he killed her.
Blake LaBelle was found guilty by a Los Angeles jury of first-degree murder for the aggravated mayhem in the 2016 killing of Iana Kassian. He apparently beat her, cut her with a knife and a razor blade, scalped her, and drained the blood from her body. Kassian was alive for the better part of that mutilation, they say. The murder, the prosecutor said, followed a script of a graphic novel that he did in 2010 called Syndrome, in which a scientist searches for a cure for evil by experimenting on a serial killer. In the book, there's a scene where the serial killer murders a man by slicing his throat and hanging him by his ankles so that he bleeds out. This will be a movie.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I'll bet this guy has been disinvited from Comic-Con.
Let me check.
Disinvited.
Let me check. Yeah, he did have a booth, but he's not anymore. No booth anymore. Big mystery up on the University of Utah campus, or close to the university campus. You remember Big Ed's, the burger joint that's just like right across the street from the U. Their sign has been stolen.
No.
The Big Ed iconic red, white, and blue sign is missing. Thieves peeled the round marker off the brown brick, said Joran Peterson, who owns the building. It's unfortunate that somebody decided they needed it, Peterson said. Peterson hopes that the theft, which occurred several months ago but was just posted on social media on Thursday, was a prank by one of the nearby fraternities, and that a good Samaritan will return the sign. I'm sure it's hanging in somebody's living room right now.
Probably.
It would be great to get it back. The sign's disappearance is one more mystery surrounding Big Ed's, that hole-in-the-wall restaurant that was beloved by you students since 1968. One day last September, the mother and son who operated the breakfast beer and burger joint placed a "Sorry, restaurant closed" sign on the door without any explanation. Peterson says he has not heard from them since. They just disappeared.
Really?
Yeah.
So you know what it's going to be.
The building is currently being remodeled to make way for a new coffee shop called Public Ed's, which
like public coffee, public
coffee roaster.
Oh, I never got a chance to go in there.
Into Big Ed's?
I've seen it,
Yeah,
and I kept saying I should go there.
I think I went there twice. I went there once for breakfast with my kids for some reason, probably because it's close to where I live, and to get them out of the house on a Saturday morning or something. So, and I remember it being kind of not the cleanest
divey
place in the
Kinda
world.
divey.
And there was a small bar in there with like 4, I think, those round spinny stools.
So it was that small.
It was really a small place.
Okay.
So but there when we went for breakfast, I think at 11 or something like that, there were guys in there drinking beer.
Oh, good.
Sitting at the bar drinking
So
beer.
public, it's not just going to be a coffee; it's going to be burgers, and they're going to have a liquor license.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's nice, but it's no Big Ed's. It's not.
Apparently not.
It's not going to be. It's not going to be a dive that which we would really like. All right, so let's get into a little bit of Donald Trump stuff, shall we? Donald Trump has.
There we go. No.
Has just signed another executive order reversing.
His hand must be tired. All of these.
Reversing an Obama-era environmental regulation having to do with the oceans, so that drilling can occur. Drilling for oil in the oceans. That's he just did that while we weren't looking.
Yeah. We were looking at her jacket.
Yeah. Here's something else that the Trump administration has proposed that's really dangerous, and nobody's been talking about. President Trump plans to propose a reorganization of the federal government.
Oh yeah,
that includes a possible merger of the education and labor departments, coupled with a reshuffling of other domestic agencies to make those agencies then easier to cut or revamp, according to administration officials. That's what they're saying they want to do. We want to combine these agencies so we can either cut them out or reorganize them. This is Mia Love's chance.
She's getting her chance to.
Because if you merge, conservatives have for a long time hated the Department of Education. It's the smallest agency in the federal government.
Yeah, they never liked the Department of Labor too much either.
Conservatives hate it, and so if you fold it into the Labor Department, because, well, it's about labor, teachers and education, you fold it into the Labor Department, you can just kind of get rid of it. The plan will face significant opposition in Congress from Democrats and some Republicans. It would include relocating many social safety net programs into a new mega department, which would replace the Department of Health and Human Services and possibly include the word welfare in its title.
Yeah.
So rather than calling it the Department of Health and Human Services, we'll call it the Welfare Department, and that's easier to demonize. That's easier to demonize than the Department of Health and Human Services. Health and Human Services sounds too nice.
Yep.
Let's call it the Welfare. Let's go another step. Why don't we call it the Handout Department for Poor People? Mr. Trump and his budget director, Mick Mulvaney, the architect of the plan, have sought to redefine as welfare subsistence benefit programs. Sought to redefine them like the food stamp program and housing aid. Part of a rebranding effort, which they are genius at, championed by conservative think tanks and House Republicans to link them to unpopular direct cash assistance programs that have been traditionally called welfare. They've been using the word welfare because it is a pejorative word.
Typical liberal.
Said a senior fellow of the Income and Benefits Policy Center at the Urban Institute. The Income and Benefits Policy Center. That sounds like a liberal group.
Yep.
Because really what it should be called,
Well, it's a hostile liberal. All right, hostile liberal.
Donald Trump has continued to cite North Korea for many things, even though nothing has changed. Yes, they've already destroyed 4. I'm told 4 of their big nuclear sites. Has not happened. That's not true. Absolutely not true. And he said also,
one was destroyed in an earthquake. That's the only thing that's been.
We've gotten back some of our great fallen heroes. You know, the remains. In fact, today already 200 remains of soldiers have been sent back to the United States. It's not true.
Not true.
It's that claim. U.S. officials in South Korea went, what happened? What?
He just says things.
What? And Mad Dog Mattis, General Mattis, after the same day Donald Trump said, yes, they've shut down, I think, 4 big nuclear. Mattis was then asked, have they done anything? He said, no, not that I'm aware of.
No. Here, little liberals. Here, little liberals.
Now, I don't understand, again, there's Sean Hannity, whose head is so far up the president's ass that I'm surprised he can breathe, why he would continue to defend this kind of man who says these things which are not true.
Because he's this kind of man, Bill.
Yeah.
And I would also like to apologize for the Van Oka Report podcast, which has been released. We recorded it yesterday. Apparently, it's online now, and I get way too angry.
I have a clip if you'd like to hear it.
Okay.
I'm the self-righteous liberal douchebag, not you.
That's you. That was me during. I said that to Bruce during the Van Oka Group.
I know it was a big
search for the Van Oka Group on podcast.
I know it was a big deal because you were gone, Gina. When I'm sitting at my desk doing some stuff, and Bill comes in and goes, "Well, that was interesting."
There was much yelling?
Or no, I'm exhausted.
I'm exhausted. I was exhausted. Yes, there was much yelling, and I felt...
what? What topic?
Immigration.
Okay.
Immigration. I felt terrible about it, but you know, I just can't. I can't
was
take
it Bruce
the lies.
or Dave that was?
It was
torquing you.
It was Dave.
Of course it was.
Dave.
He's insane.
So Dave brought in some pictures. He said, "I want to show you some pictures of these detention centers. I'll see what you think about this."
Don't they look nice?
No. Would you let me finish? And he started. That's not what he did at all, Gina. God, now I'm exhausted. So he starts laying out these pictures, and I said, "I know what you're doing. You're going to tell us that these are pictures from the Obama administration in 2014, right?" Well, yeah. See, Obama did it too.
Yeah, but it was rare that he did it. It was rare.
It's that what-ifism.
They were unaccompanied children.
Yeah,
they were different than
it was
being
rare
taken from parents.
See what your guy's doing is everybody.
But even I shouldn't go through this because you should go listen to it. But even if it happened in some cases in the Obama administration, that is no justification for it happening now. If it's evil now, it's evil.
All right.
That's it.
You good?
Yeah, I think.
All right. Have a sip of coffee.
And I only got 3.5 hours sleep last night.
Way to start your vacation.
Give me some Mill Creek coffee.
All right.
Sports brought to you by Get Unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback Credit Card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org. Well, we're going to be talking to Lieutenant Governor Spencer Cox in a little while, and I know he was up.
Oh, when is that happening?
That's happening in about an hour.
7:45.
I know he was paying very close attention to the NBA draft yesterday.
Did he get in? Was he drafted?
He was not.
Oh, that's too bad.
But the Jazz drafted Grayson Allen, who apparently people feel very strongly about this.
That was my favorite comedy team in the 50s, Grayson and
Allen. Because he's, kind of a dirty player a little bit. But,
now I saw a headline about that. What does that mean? He's a dirty player.
He's a shover and a tripper and a
joker and a smoker and a midnight toker. So
we'll talk to Spencer Cox about it.
He's a jerk.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that sounds like we will embrace him here, won't we?
But a good player.
He's a great outside shooter. So.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Like your Mormon ward ball.
Yeah.
Right.
Weather a little cooler actually than it was yesterday. 86 for a high today. And traffic, let's see. Hill Air Force Base, The Southgate, this is just a reminder, Southgate's going to be closed to the general public this weekend. Oh, yeah, they're having that air show up there. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
You can use the Roy or Westgate, or if you're headed to the air show, you can take the public transit to get on base there. That's the only thing. No accidents being reported so far, and friends of the program haven't sent me anything, but if you see something traffic-wise, text it to us, 33986. Octapharma Plasma, make money by making a difference. New donors can earn up to $300 for their first 5 donations. Donate today, 5414 South 9th East in Salt Lake.
All right.
So we want to cover a couple of things here. Carrie, do you have a handy get a Gomez song?
Gomez,
yeah.
All right.
So I went to the Arts Festival last night with the express purpose of I was there to introduce a couple of bands on the amphitheater stage at the Utah Arts Festival, which is over at Library Square.
I saw them setting up all the tents and everything. Looked like it'd be a good time.
It's the amphitheater stage is behind the library, and they're doing more bands than ever this year at the Utah Arts Festival. As a matter of fact, it's called Arts Festival Amplified, because they have so much music going on. So you really should check it out. And I go over there to introduce these 2 acts. And first of all, I just want to say how nice everyone is that runs the Utah Arts Festival. I've done so many arts festivals in my...
I know.
I was at the very first Utah Arts Festival when it was called the Salt Lake. I think it was called the Salt Lake Arts Festival then. And it was on Main Street 42 years ago.
This is the Utah Arts Festival, and it's over at Library Square.
Yeah. So I'm there, and first of all, everybody who runs it is just great, absolutely accommodating. And then it's really our people. I met so many friends of the program, came up and talking, and pictures and all of that kind of thing. And then and thanks to all of you, and I love talking to you. Some of them said we were not sure if we should approach you.
Oh, sure.
Yes, please do. Always do. So, and then I introduce, the first act was Ron Pope, who I wasn't familiar with. He was very good.
What kind of music?
Kind of country rock, sort of. He was excellent. And I had a nice conversation with him backstage. And then I introduced Gomez. This is Gomez.
I just picked a song at random. I'm not familiar enough.
Maybe do another little one too, another sample. They have a really unique sound.
I like it.
And it's fat, exuberant, and it's it just really moves, and it's terrific. And I was shocked to know that they've been around 20 years.
I mean, I've heard of them.
I thought that they were kind of a new act from listening to them.
I like it.
Their styles, and they kind of shift styles as they play. Some of it's psychedelic sounding, some of it gets really hard, rocky. They're really great. And there were a lot of fans there who knew the band. But I introduced them, and I mentioned that. I said they sound as exuberant and fresh as if they were a new act, but they've been around 20 years, and they're still kicking ass and taking names. And I went backstage, and they said, thanks for that. Thank you, man. And they're from England, and they were, thank you so much. That was a wonderful intro.
They didn't say man, did they?
No, it was a wonderful intro, chap.
Governor.
Looking like a lunatic. We all fall down. There's not enough hours in our trip.
Their style just kind of changes.
I was going to say those 3 songs are different.
Yeah, except the singer. You can always pick it by that singer. He's got that husky voice. Anyway, great time at the Arts Festival last night, but Gina,
well, I was up in your hometown, Bill.
My O-town, as I've never called it, but some people seem to want to call it O-town.
I had a remote up there yesterday.
A personal appearance where?
At Avis Car Sales.
Oh, okay.
Which is very close to...
they try harder.
Is that their...
That used to be their slogan. I don't know if it still is.
Very close to And I forgot until
American Nutrition.
Until the breeze shifted.
There it is.
It's wonderful. It's the American Nutrition plant.
And Ogden smells like dog food.
No, it doesn't. That part of Ogden does very often. That right there on Wall Street in that little area there. Yeah.
And I was with our new truck driver, and I'm sorry I can't remember your name,
Nick.
truck driver. Not Nick, the other guy.
Nick.
No,
it's
not
the other Nick. Mike.
Is it Mike?
They're all Mike.
There's a Mike and a Nick.
Mike?
Mike.
Sorry, Mike.
That's okay, Nick.
Alaskan Mike.
Is it the redhead kid?
No.
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 We don't have a redheaded kid.
We do. There was one yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
There was a redhead.
There was one at the subway thing that I did.
Oh, it's the red. Oh,
No,
I know.
he's not
It's
red
Red.
hair.
His name is Red.
Okay.
Anyway.
Mike?
and the wind shifted, and I really did have this kind of, you know how sometimes scents can take you back?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like vinegar reminds me of Easter.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know?
Sense memory, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and it just hit me. I was back in high school because it smelled like dog food. And I said, the smell of Ogden.
We should make it clear why it smells like dog food. A lot of people don't know. It's a company called American Nutrition, and they make dog food. They make dry dog
and the
food.
air smells like what it smells like when you open a bag of dog food for the first time.
And it always makes me kind of hungry.
Yeah. Well, so then Mike was like, I was going to say, but really? I'm like, yeah, that's what that giant plant is over there. It's a dog food
You know
plant.
what's weird about that, too, is there were complaints about it many years ago. Oh, it's just awful. It's so awful. And so the owners of the I think it's called American Nutrition, they put in a whole system that was supposed to cut the smell of the dog food. And as far as I could tell, it never worked.
It was so strong, it was starting to make me sick.
Sorry, we keep forgetting to change the filters.
Yeah. And I thought, I wish Bill were here because he would be appreciating the smell more than
I don't mind it.
now.
I don't mind it. It really does sometimes. Like I'll be driving down Wall Avenue and I'll get a whiff of it and I'll go, God, I'd like some pot roast.
Yes. Ogden resident Dylan Allred.
Whenever I'm away and feeling homesick, what I do is I go to the Costco or whatever, buy a bag of dog food, open it up, and take a.
That's home.
Reminds me of home. I'm right back in Ogden.
Again.
Home sweet home.
You know, there's a series of candles, and they're called something. I think they're called Home Sweet Home.
And there's a dog food one?
Well, no, but they're supposed to smell like every state has one or something like that. But I think Ogden should have one. That smells
I call
like
it
dog food.
trademark pending. TM copyright. I'm on it. I'm gonna have my own line.
Yeah.
Crash northbound I-215 at 43rd South in Salt Lake, and that's the only accident being reported. Just checking our message stream quickly. You guys can send stuff there. Alerts of any kind. You can alert us. 339-86. Elevate your summer at Snowbird, offering daily activities like the aerial tram, mountain coast. You don't have to do that. You could just add on at the end when I say it.
I'm just doing
Sighing doesn't help.
I'm just doing what you would do.
Snowbird. Let us
all celebrate
talk
Snowbird.
about Snowbird.
Why don't we celebrate Snowbird? And let's all learn to read ahead, shall we? Snowbird.com is where you want to go for information about this is a great place to spend the summer. Now, people have loved it for years and years and years for skiing, but I am one of the summer lovers of Snowbird.
That's when I go.
Boy, sitting out on one of the decks at the Cliff Lodge or over down at the Lodge or the Iron Blossom in the summer air, and oh man.
Now, see, now I need to call them and remind them next time we go up in August. I prefer a room with the deck, and so I need to change my reservation.
Snowbird kicks off their free family outdoor movie series tonight with Teen Wolf. On the Snowbird Center Plaza deck at dusk. Go to snowbird.com for a complete listing of movie titles. Then the Cool Air concert is tomorrow. And again, these are free. And then the activities, they have the mountain coaster and all of that stuff. So now, if you want to get the best deal on a pass for the outdoor, the summer activities, go to snowbird.com. That's the cheapest place to buy them. And don't forget the stay and play packages starting at $108 per person per night. Lodging, breakfast, and unlimited use of the activities. Go to snowbird.com for more.
Hi, I'm Todd Newcomb. I was born in Utah and I grew up listening to alternative music in
Today, we examine another group of words used by most Utahns called L words, or words that end in ELL. And to help you with today's lesson, each time an L word is used in the following dialogue, a bell will sound. Imagine, if you will, our two friends, LeVar and LeGrand, together in LeVar's trailer house. The TV is on. A conversation ensues. Again, these are L words.
I love this TV show.
Yeah.
I am so glad that someone is showing the reruns of McKell's Navy.
Me too. You know, I would just love to set sail with McKell myself. Hey, you remember the one when the wacky crew of PT Boat 73 tried to save that beached well?
Oh, yeah. They had a hard time because of this big storm.
Yeah.
Gale force winds and hell stones the size of golf balls.
Yeah, yeah.
But they saved that well anyway. McKell did not fall.
Well, no thanks to Gruber. Yeah, that was quite a tell, though. Hey, listen, give me some of them snacks, would you? I'm hungry.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
What?
Trell mix.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like this, LeGrand, but Trell mix makes me thirsty for just one thing.
You're not gonna be drinking beer in front of me, are you, LeVar?
Oh, no. I'm gonna have me a glass of L.
L is beer?
Yeah, but this is pretty mild. It's that Pell L from Squatters. It's so mild I can drink a whole bucket of it.
You'd get drunk if you drunk a whole Pell of Pell L. Then you'd get throwed in jail, and I'd have to bail you out. Oh, hey, looky here what I got in the mail. It's a flyer from Deseret Book. It says here that Dan Quell is coming to town to sign copies of his new book.
Boy, the liberals sure rode Bush and Quell out of Washington on a rel.
Sure did.
They fought tooth and nail, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Hey, I hear that this new book of his really lifts the veil of secrecy about Washington life and what really went on. You know, I'd like to see him. What Deseret Book is he at?
Well, the one by that big jewelry store.
Big jewelry store. You mean Morgan's Jewelers?
Nope. Zell's.
Radio from Hell on X96.
All right. Is it mad question time?
It is, and it's brought to you by Prohibition. Fridays are always a roaring good time at Prohibition. Live bands, burlesque dancers. Come see what everyone's been whispering about. Prohibition, located at Fashion Place Mall in Murray. Line up and reservations at prohibitionutah.com. And we have a Prohibition gift card to give the person who submitted this best question. All right.
What is it?
Do you just want to jump right to it? Well, if you have a best question, you should send us to us, radiofromhell@x96.com. Put best question, or if you prefer, meh question of the week in the subject line.
Because they're rarely the best questions.
Now, I've already forgotten what it is, and then I'm sitting here thinking, now wait, I don't remember what the question is, and I know Dylan said I had an answer, but I don't remember what the answer was.
It'll come to you.
Will it? I hope so.
I will help you.
Okay.
Remember if you can't remember.
I'm tired.
Dear Lords of Morning Radio, have you ever been to a place or event that far exceeded your expectations? What did you think you were getting yourself into, and why did it end up being better? My question is prompted by Gina's trip to Spokane. Disclaimer, I grew up in Spokane. The people of Walmart does accurately describe large sections of the city, but it made me happy to hear Gina talk about the Davenport, which is the really cool old hotel that I stayed at there, or the Riverfront Park. Even if at times Spokane has challenged other cities for the title of meth capital of the U.S., there are beautiful, wonderful things there, and it's true. I was pleasantly surprised with my time in Spokane. Thank you for letting me listen, Mike.
Still hasn't come to me.
Carrot Top.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I've talked about that before.
Well,
but I was
people
pleasant.
Don't remember, so go ahead.
Okay, I will. I wasn't going to just stop talking,
okay.
you know.
Well, I've already talked about that.
As I said, I've talked about that before, but when I was in Las Vegas with Dylan, he said, let's go see Carrot Top. And I thought, I don't know. All right. At least it'll be something to, talk about. But I just don't think it's going to be good. And I was very surprised at how funny he was with his big stupid props, and it's an inexpensive show by Vegas standards. I think $60 or $70, something like that, and it was really funny, and I was very surprised. Now, wasn't my favorite comedy show of all time, but it was really good, and I was impressed with how hard he works, and how you can tell that show is very carefully put together. There's no room for chance in it. You know what I mean? It's like by the numbers, but he does it with such an energy and enthusiasm that doesn't bother you. You know what I mean? It's not. Sometimes there are shows that are they're so by the numbers you just they're just walking through it. Not him. So that was the time I was very pleasantly surprised by Carrot Top.
Other than Spokane. Just your Carrot Top reminded me of when we were pleasantly surprised by Sinbad.
When he was in our studio, we'd been giving Sinbad a horrible time on the air. I don't remember why exactly. Just periodically he would come up and we'd.
He's a comedian.
Yeah. And was he doing something at the time or had just finished doing something at the time?
He's one of those old '80s.
Yeah.
Comics. He's kind of the punchline to every,
bad
comedy joke for some reason.
And then he came to town to be at Wise Guys. Yeah. And they said, you want him to come into the studio? And I said, well, I don't know, maybe
we
not.
made fun of him on the air, and he heard it.
Did he hear it, or did we tell him?
I
think we told him. I think when he came to the studio, we said, we've got to be honest. We've made fun of you a lot. And he said, I get that. And then proceeded to be great.
He won us over.
Yeah.
He was extremely funny.
And he was just in town here a month or so ago.
Yeah, and he didn't look us up.
He didn't look us up. Yeah. But Jay opened for him and said he just blew everybody away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
nobody knew what to expect.
Yeah, he was he was really nice too. That's what I appreciated. He was just very engaging and a nice guy.
I think he probably gets that a lot. Like, oh, Sinbad, he's not really funny. No, he was really funny.
Ryan, I thought Sinbad died. No, he's still with us.
Not yet.
Let's see. For me, I mean, I expected to like the Han Solo movie.
That's a perfect
I understand
example.
that's a Star Wars story.
It's a Star Wars story. I expected to like Infinity War, but they both exceeded my expectations. The one most recently was David Byrne. I expected a good show out of David Byrne, but I didn't expect one of the best shows I've seen. So that was nice.
You know, I didn't expect to like Blue Man Group either.
Yeah.
Very entertaining.
Ended up loving it.
But the one thing that came to mind immediately was not a place or a show or anything like that. It was an item.
Oh,
so we're down in San Diego. My wife and her friends were in that body competition, and so they had very strict diets. You know, can't have this, can't have that. And Sue had planned ahead of time. She said, the second that we get back from the competition,
when I can eat,
there are these cookies that they make in San Diego, this local bakery. And I want to have these cookies at the house. I want you to go and get them, if you would.
I want them waiting for me.
So you've got to go get them. So get in the car, and here's the address. Well, I go to the address, and it's a hotel or a motel. And
That's
I'm like,
creepy.
so I call her up, and I'm like, this is a motel. And she says, yes, go into the lobby. This small bakery, at the time, they're now big. They're huge. They blew up. This small bakery at the time had friends who worked there and said, can we send people to pick up orders because we're so busy doing this other thing and we don't really have a storefront, you know? And so this is like sketchy all over the place. And so I go, I'm here to pick up the cookies. And they reached down underneath the counter and pulled up this nice pink box, and there it is.
Like, was there a password?
No, it's just, you know, it's prepaid. So there you go. Take it. So that was just odd. I'm like, this better be a damn good cookie.
Were they pecan sandies?
Because this is kind of a sketchy area, and you know,
you had to go through a lot to get these.
This
cookies.
is weird.
Toll House cookies.
Damn fine cookie. Pleasantly surprised. Damn fine cookie. We ordered them. Had them mailed here for a year or more.
It must be a good cookie
Damn good
to have
cookie.
them mailed, because there are cookies available locally.
Oh, and now we've got some great local cookie places. So now we just go local. But the Cravery, I was really surprised.
The Cravery.
That was the name of the place in San Diego.
That's a terrible name.
It is terrible name. But that was the
pleasantly surprised.
All week, Radio from Hell's been pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice? Send us your best question of the week, radiofromhell@x96.com. Put best question of the week in the subject line.
You know, they say the best tamales in town are at this tire shop over here on the west side.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a really.
Well, see, now I've got to try that.
Did you say tire shop?
I did.
2 cars are on the right shoulder changing tires at I-215 northbound. This is on the west side, approaching 35th South exit. They're changing tires right now. That's the only incident being reported there. On a message stream, it says standing water in the right lane, southbound Bangor between 78 South and 90th South. Pretty deep. Be aware, friend of the program says. Thank you for that. Also, Battle Creek, Michigan smells like Cocoa Puffs. So, if you want to...
Time to move.
Go there.
All right.
That's traffic.
Boners round 1?
Oh, yes. Here they are. Boner candidate number 1. He should be easy to identify. Boner candidate number 2. Scotty needs tactical pants. And boner candidate number 3. We don't care no more.
All right. Round 1 of your boner voting. Coming up after these, along with Big Boy News and Opinioendo. Stand by.
Hey, it's John Smith, and I am your host every Sunday night at 10 for SLC Punks.
You've reached the offices of Carrie and me, Bill, the Radio from Hell guys. And if you have anything to say to us,
We're not picking up, so wait for the beep.
All right, punch in the code.
We should change that message.
Yeah, tell it what we want to do. It'll rewind
Better man.
and play back
I
our
wonder if anybody's
messages.
called me.
All right, let's see.
Add it. Oh, there's one.
Hello, Bill. It's me, your mother.
My mom.
Now,
Hi, Mom.
you know that I don't mind you staying here at the house with me and your father,
Thanks,
but
Mom.
you've got to stop hiding the cat.
What?
Bill, if you're there, you'd better pick up. Bill,
Are you hiding?
where did you put that damn cat? You little bastard, where did you hide my cat?
Would you give her back her cat?
Carrie, this is Bill. And because you
Oh,
refuse to talk with any of your family or friends about this,
Don't
they've
listen to
asked
this one.
me to be their spokesman.
Well, I
and
can't-
because you won't talk to me about it face to face, I'll do it here on the answering
What?
machine.
I forgot
Carrie,
this.
please, don't have the surgery.
Oh, come on.
Think about it. We're not talking about something that's temporary. This is major surgery.
Don't do
Once you
it.
have this done, you can't go back to the way you were.
This is
It's
nobody's
forever.
business
Please,
but mine.
If you
all
won't
right?
listen to us, please talk to your therapist about it.
I already
don't
have.
have the surgery.
Would you just
Bye.
look? This is
I'm
none of
sorry
you guys.
that was on the air, but
None of you guys' business.
Hello?
hey, it's my dad.
Bill? It's me,
That's Warren.
Warren.
Yes.
I'm your father.
Father. Yeah.
Now, I know I don't talk very much, but I'd like to say that I'm really grateful that you've done something with your mother's
Cat.
I really don't care for that
Cat. He doesn't like the
It's
cat.
always trying to sleep on my face and suck my breath out.
That's true, actually.
I wonder what he's eating there. Jeez.
Hello, this is Dr. Stevenson's office calling for Carrie Jackson.
Oh.
Mr. Jackson, I called to tell you that OR has been scheduled for your surgery.
Oh, good.
The operation will be January 23rd. That's a Monday.
All right.
Come on,
Report to
Carrie.
hospital check-in at 12 noon.
12 noon.
Surgery is scheduled for 2:30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Your
What a
estimated
dope.
hospital recovery time will be about a week,
You're a
depending on
dope.
how fast you
Hey,
heal.
shut up,
If you
all
have any
right?
questions, please call us
You're
here
a
at the
dope
doctor's
to do
office.
it.
This is
Thank you.
nobody's business but mine.
You're
all
dope to
right?
do it.
Hello, Mr. Allred. This is Bob Appleby, head of product research and development for the Loveco Cosmetics Company.
Are you selling
We'd
co-
like to thank you for the donation of the fine cat. Thanks to you and your generosity, we'll be able to test a new line of mascara that will at last be safe and non-toxic on human eyes.
you gave the cat-
As a token of our appreciation, we're sending you a year's
What?
supply of Loveco lipsticks in assorted colors and flavors.
You gave
Thanks again for your support.
your mother's cat.
A year's supply of lipstick. Cool. That's great.
Harry, hi, this is Miss Miller, your psychiatrist.
Oh.
You missed your appointment yesterday, so
I
I
know.
wanted to call you and tell you I think you're making a big mistake.
Told you.
Do
Look.
not go through with the surgery.
Look.
Told
Look,
ya.
I know your hero is Captain Kirk. I know how much you admire Captain Kirk. But for the love of God, having plastic surgery to make you look like Captain Kirk is psychotic.
Told ya.
Don't have the surgery.
Told ya.
You-
Call me at the office as soon as you get this. Thanks.
You people stay.
She's a paid professional.
That's all the messages.
I don't think we should do this again.
I think you're right.
For very
Part of the Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right. 7:20 right now. Time for round one of your boner voting. Presenting to you 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and get that 50-50 chance of becoming boner of the day. Yeah, if it wins here, it has to go up against the winner of round 2. Yeah, we do this again at 8:20.
Why do we do it again?
I don't know.
Because we're fools.
I guess. Why do they do that?
That's unusual.
I can't believe it. They're stupid. They must not be thinking about it at all. They're just stupid.
That's us.
They go in the studio. They stick their fingers up their noses. It's just... Anyway. 8:20 is we'll do it again. That's round
not my
2.
nose.
That's not your... Well, have that looked at.
I will.
Anyway, so at 8:20, that's when round 2 happens. We do it again with 3 more candidates, and you will decide then who the winner of round 2 is. Then we take the 2 winners, we throw them into boner fight at 9:20. That's when boner of the day happens. So this is round 1. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive
tickets to see the Utah Royals versus Seattle Reign on Wednesday, June 27th at Rio Tinto Stadium. Kickoff at 8 p.m. Purchase tickets at rsl.com.
Boner candidate number 1. I'm sorry it's a visual. He should be easy to identify. Deputies in Brown and Adams County, Ohio, are searching for a suspect who might have some trouble not getting noticed. Anthony Ward faces charges of breaking and entering, theft, and recovering stolen property. Deputies say he's also wanted for questioning and other break-ins. He has a very distinctive facial tattoo.
X96.com/live. It's a Hannibal Lecter mask.
Yeah, tattooed on his face.
You know the one where they wheeled him out.
Yeah.
And he was talking to the senator.
Yeah, it's like a hockey mask kind of thing with a little cage over the mouth because, well, Hannibal liked to eat people. This guy, he's wanted for various crimes. We've had a lot of facial tattoo boner candidates in the news.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the most unusual I've seen. Oh, and the guy goes by the nickname of Popeye.
Oh, he should be Hannibal, the cannibal. What does Popeye have to do with that face? The branding is all wrong.
Gina, this is why I've nominated him for a boner.
His branding.
Because his branding is wrong.
It's all off.
Boner candidate number 1. He should be easy to identify. If you want to see the picture, too, it's also available at x96.com, our website. Boner candidate number 2, Scotty needs tactical pants. Environmental Protection Agency Administrator Scott Pruitt has spent even more taxpayer money on security expenses than the millions previously disclosed, including thousands of dollars on tactical clothing.
Which
EPA released records under the Freedom of Information Act reveal that Pruitt's spending on security has reached $4.6 million, an increase in $1.1 million since the previous disclosure a month ago. The latest report showed $288,610 in security-related items, including $2,749.62 for tactical pants and tactical polos. Since the beginning of the year, Pruitt's office has made 7 orders for tactical body clothing and body armor, costing taxpayers $24,115. The EPA administrator's other expenses include over $88,000 for tactical radios and accessories and holsters and travel chargers. He is the head of the Environmental Protection Agency. Armor, body armor, and tactical clothing.
I'll say it again. If a Democrat was in the office...
Holy crap.
There would be 24/7 Fox News outrage on this.
Boner candidate number 2. Scotty needs tactical pants.
Instead, what do we hear? Crickets. Nothing.
Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. We don't care no more.
All right. Boner candidate number 3 for round 1. Coming up after this, big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
Salt Lake Gaming Con returns July 6th and 7th to the Mountain America Expo Center in Sandy. Digital board game tournaments, free play consoles, cosplay, Nerf gun battles, celebrity guests, and more. Get tickets and information at saltlakegamingcon.com.
Troubled and formerly beautiful actress Heather Locklear has been released following her 3-day hold in a hospital psychiatric ward. She was hospitalized over the weekend in California after threatening to shoot herself because she thought her fiancé, Chris Heiser, was cheating on her. Heiser was not currently with Locklear and was giving her some space. In other words, I got to get away from the crazy. Chris is giving her the space she needs. Mm-hmm. He'll return soon. Mm-hmm. Heather Locklear was rushed to the hospital on Sunday. Her parents had her committed for.
And this is not the first time.
No,
she's been having lots of trouble.
I'm going to write that down and get her for next year for my Deadpool.
Heather Locklear has, although somebody texted me earlier this week and said, don't cry for Heather Locklear. I looked it up and she's worth about $25 million.
Oh yeah, she's fine.
But that doesn't make your mental problems. No. Yeah, it doesn't make it easier to endure, really, does it?
Nope.
This is, people will mourn this, I think. The food truck that launched Salt Lake City's food truck wave, or epidemic, some might call it. The Chow Truck.
Yeah.
Closing down.
Oh, really? How come?
It was announced on June 16th. The owners, Jay and Megan Looney, I think it is, they attributed the closure to, quote, some unforeseen mechanical problems with the bright yellow truck. It's a bittersweet thing. We're going to sell the business at the end of the summer. We want the name to carry on. Anyone who is in the business and understands that our margins are razor thin, we lead a tenuous existence. Any food truck owner is one mechanical failure away from shuttering their business. They say they'll continue to cater events through the Chow Truck name and their private chef company. Let's see. Police are searching for a man accused of shooting another man in the head in West Valley.
Jeez.
Officers said the man went into the West Valley home and shot one of the 2 men in the house. Police say the victim and the shooter probably knew each other or know each other. The man who was shot is in the hospital in serious condition. Police say it doesn't appear to be a random attack, and they have not identified who the suspect is. The police have not really been able to identify who the suspect is, at least at this time. You might know about this, Gina.
What's that?
Investigators, with the help of DNA, have found maybe the true identity of a guy named Robert Ivan Nichols, who stole the identity of a dead child in 1978. Members of the U.S. Marshals and local police held a press conference on Thursday to reveal that they had found the identity of this 65-year-old man who died as a result of suicide in 2002. He was using the name of Joseph Chandler III when he died. But a private investigator determined that it wasn't his real name. It was the name of a 9-year-old boy who had died in a car crash. So he was using that name as cover for something. And so they're thinking that maybe this guy was the Zodiac Killer.
Really?
Oh.
Who had never been caught. A reporter asked U.S. Marshal Peter Elliott if that was the case, and Elliott said, I can't say for sure.
Ooh.
Someone out there may hold the key as to why he used this alias or who he really was, but
there must be more to it than that if they think he could be.
Well, the reporter had some reason for asking.
Yeah.
The Zodiac Killer, of course, notorious in L.A., I believe, and never was caught.
No.
Nobody ever was caught.
He would send taunting letters to the police and.
Yeah. Father of a Chicago teenager who was shot early this week, and it seemed pretty egregious. I mean,
there's video of it.
A kid. It seemed like the kid was running away from the police, and they shot him. The father held a news conference saying he wanted to know why emergency service workers had covered his son with a sheet without checking to see if he was still alive, because apparently he was.
Oh.
That's one of the several questions that Eric Carey, the father of the kid, Aaron Carey, who was 17, has about his death. You don't throw a sheet over his head and walk to the next person. Did you even check to see if he had a pulse? I need to know why my son got shot. The Chicago Fire Department, which oversees emergency services, has said it's investigating not only why Aaron was covered with a sheet while he was still breathing, but why it took 40 minutes to transport him to the hospital. Aaron had recently graduated from high school and was shot in the head on Chicago's West Side Monday. He was one of 4 people wounded, 2 fatally, during a conflict between 2 groups of people. Paramedics were alerted that the kid was still moving. Police said he was transported to Stroger Hospital. He died. He was involved in a fight of some kind.
Okay.
A gunfight of some kind. So the whole thing is, why did they not check to see if he was alive? Because apparently he was. And why did it take so long to take him to the hospital?
That's amazing.
New Zealand's Prime Minister.
Yes.
Has become only the second woman in history to give birth while being the head of a country. The other was Benazir Bhutto in Pakistan.
What about a bunch of queens?
This is a legitimate elected official.
Queens have babies all the time.
This is a legitimate elected official. New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern gave birth to a daughter. Posted a photo welcoming
really
the healthy
awesome,
baby.
by the way.
She is the second elected world leader to give birth while holding office. Posted a photo on her Instagram. By the way, she's not married. Is
that scandalous in New Zealand?
No,
probably not.
It is not. She and her partner. She does have. The father of the baby is with her, but they are not married.
Well, she's the prime minister. Is she not good enough for him?
I don't want to be.
What more does he want?
I do want to be tied down.
You think you might do better than the prime minister?
Not in New Zealand, he won't. Let's see. Oh, and then I really like this. A Democratic Pennsylvania state lawmaker has welcomed Vice President Mike Pence to Pennsylvania.
A Democrat?
Yeah. Welcomed him earlier this week with a photo.
Oh.
Of him looking at the camera and flipping the bird.
Hi.
State Representative Brian Sims, who represents Philadelphia and is the state's first openly gay legislator, posted the photo on Facebook with the preface, "Official welcome," ahead of Pence's Tuesday visit to the city. If you go to x96.com/live, you can see Mr. Sims, State Representative Sims, giving the one-finger salute to welcome Vice President Mike Pence.
That's funny.
He said, "To be clear, we are a city of soaring diversity. We believe in the power of all people to live and to contribute. Black, brown, queer, trans, atheist, immigrant. We want you and will respect you. So keep that in mind when you're here raising money, Mr. Pence.
Where's this?
To attack more families, spread more lies, blaspheme with your Bible, and maybe even talk to a woman without your wife in the room. We have plenty of them, and they're pretty much all more powerful and more real than you have ever been. So get bent and then get out."
Ow.
What city is this?
Philadelphia.
All right, I'll go visit now.
The city of Philadelphia.
Not a reason to go now.
Yeah. And I just wanted to do this story because of this person's name. A woman charged with leaking U.S. secrets to a news outlet plans to plead guilty. Online court records show a change of plea hearing is scheduled Tuesday for former National Security Agency contractor Reality Winner.
Oh, yes.
That's her name, Reality Winner. U.S. Department of Justice spokesman said that she will plead guilty to giving government secrets to a news reporter. All right, that's it. Weather, traffic?
Weather, nice today. Not quite as hot as yesterday. 86, mostly sunny. Traffic, we've got a stalled vehicle southbound Bangor and 91st South in West Jordan. Crash northbound I-215 West at 43rd South. And let me check our message stream quickly here. I'll just tell you again about the standing water in the right-hand lane southbound Bangor between 78th South and 90th South. Pretty deep. Looks like that's it. Haster Games has the best selection of the latest board games. Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, and more. It's a great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it 6831 South State and online at hastergames.com.
Here's Boner candidate number 3. We don't care no more. It seems like there's nowhere safe to eat these days after yet another fast food restaurant has gone viral for some foolery. It says here, an employee at Raising Cane's, which is a Mississippi fast food restaurant, has been fired after a video of the woman stirring the restaurant's iced tea with her arm went viral. So it's a giant vat of iced tea, and she's got her hand and arm stuck down in it and stirring it around. The employee and another female are heard laughing before she pours the tea into the chicken restaurant's dispenser. The caption on the video reads, "Don't drink tea from Cane's. She trifling because she don't care no more."
It's like Jane Krakowski in Vacation.
Raising Cane's officials have apologized for the disturbing video. They say the employees involved have been fired. But how many glasses of tea have been served at that restaurant by those employees? And she trifling because she don't care no more. Boner candidate number 3.
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, well, he should be easy to identify. A suspect named Popeye. Doesn't explain why he's named Popeye. He's wanted for a bunch of break-ins, but he has a disturbing face tattoo. It's like Hannibal Lecter's mask tattooed on his lower face in blue ink. Boner candidate number 2, Scotty needs tactical pants. Scott Pruitt, head of the EPA, spent thousands of dollars on tactical pants and tactical polo shirts and body armor. And boner candidate number 3, we don't care no more.
Round 1 of your boner voting begins now. You've heard all 3 candidates, and now you have to decide which one of these 3 is the worst. Bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, boner means mistake, that whole thing. Which one of these deserves to go forward to get that 50-50 chance of becoming boner of the day? 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, put it in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. That's one way to vote. Most people vote that way. 877-602-9696 is another way to vote using your voice. It's like Cynthia's taking votes in the producer's booth. You can also vote online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting June 22 and vote there. You've got 300 seconds. Let's go. This is round 1.
Stay tuned for a 1-hour nonstop music wingding right after Radio from Hell on X96.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of 2 such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! Today, we find our elders roaming a desolate, uncharted, dark, smelly planet, looking for someone or something to convert. It is sometime between breakfast and lunch.
Man, I don't feel so well.
I warned you against eating eggs you found in the middle of nowhere on a planet that isn't even on the map.
But I was hungry. Besides, they were tasty.
Well, if you don't feel well now, you have no one to blame but yourself. Come on, we're falling behind schedule.
How can we have a schedule on a planet with nothing on it?
We won't know if this planet is uninhabited until we explore some more of it. Come on, let's go.
What the flip? Lehigh, help!
Ew! George, it looks like your breakfast isn't setting well with you. What the heck is that? Looks like the planet is inhabited after all.
Get it off me!
Stand back. I'll take care of it.
Oh, hi, ma'am. Who are you? And why in heaven's name are you pointing what appears to be a flamethrower at my companion?
Name's Ripley. Lieutenant Ripley, and I'm about to torch that little critter before it gets a chance to make a run for it.
Hi, my name is Newt.
Well, it's nice to meet you both. I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
We were wondering if you'd ever heard of our church, and if so, if you'd like to learn more.
Enough with the chit-chat. I need to kill that monster before it grows any bigger and has a chance to fight back.
Oh.
Now, Lehigh, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
If you would just stand back a bit so I can get a clear shot at your friend's chest.
What?
I will do no such thing. All that little critter has done is ruined a perfectly good suit for Mr. Mac, and as long as there's a chance in heck of converting either it or its mother, we would prefer that you leave it be.
Do what you have to do. God knows I will.
Look out, Butch!
Burn, you bastard, burn. Sorry, I meant the alien thing, not your companion.
Butch? You okay? Butch, speak to me. Is this the end of Butch? Will Lehigh take a shot at converting the alien queen despite the charbroiling of one of her offspring by Lieutenant Ripley? Will Newt get to say anything else in this episode? Tune in next time to hear...
Say, Lehigh, you know, these things aren't half bad cooked, you know. Hey, has anybody got any Tabasco sauce?
In the next titty-twisting episode of Space Elders!
One of your boner.
And round one of the boner voting is brought to you in part by Macaroni and Cheese.
And when life feels like it's crashing down on you from above, Lifetime Roofing is here to offer you peace of mind. In that home of yours, you and your family have your own personal fortress of reassurance. Roofs at Lifetime Roofing are simply better than everyone else's, period. Now, Bill, before you go on.
What?
I know you're tired, and
Yes.
I want you to give the awarding of the boner all of the energy it deserves.
You're asking, you're advising me to have a drink of Mill Creek coffee.
I am.
It's the coffee that gets me through the morning. Mill Creek. Mill Creek. I love it. I do.
I know you do.
All right. I just did have a sip. I didn't make it strong enough today, though. All right, so we had boner candidate number one. He should be easy to identify. It's the guy with the just ridiculous face tattoo, and his name is Popeye. It's not explained why his name is Popeye at all. I've looked at his face. He doesn't seem to have a pop eye. So there's something else. Maybe he's a spinach lover. I don't know. So anyway, he was boner candidate number 1. Boner candidate number 2, Scotty needs tactical pants. Scott Pruitt, the head of the EPA, spending thousands of dollars. I mean, he's just been doing this continually, frivolous spending. He needed tactical pants, tactical polo shirts, and body armor. And we've got to have that. Mr. Pruitt has to have that. And boner candidate number 3, we don't care no more. A fast food worker at a chicken restaurant in Mississippi. Viral video it was, stirring the iced tea with her hand. Somebody named Jordan won tickets to see the Royals. A random voter.
Jordan?
Somebody Jordan. And the winner, boner candidate number 2, Scotty needs tactical pants.
Good choice. That's the winner of round 1. It will now face off against the winner of round 2's boner voting. Yes, we do this again at 8:20 with 3 more candidates. But right now, round 1 winner has a 50-50 chance of becoming boner of the day. We'll throw both winners into the Boner Dome at 9:20. Boner fight happens then. That's when boner of the day is decided. Let's see.
We're going to hello, yeah, what?
Is that what we're doing here? Okay.
Hello?
Yeah?
What?
Hello, yeah, what?
877-602-9696. No other radio station in town will do this.
Well, because there's...
The way they do it...
Because we're stupid.
They do it one of 2 ways. Either they give you a phone number where there's like an answering machine where they record it and then they carefully select certain calls and edit them and then play them back, or they have actors do it. Anybody can call.
Anybody. Anybody can call hello, yeah, what, at 877-602-96. Anybody, even the lieutenant governor of the state of Utah.
Hello, yeah, what?
I understand. You've called hello, yeah, what, sir?
I'm just sick of politicians that tweet at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, well, which you just recently did.
I
apparently.
enjoy your 2 in the morning tweets.
Well, thank you, Gina.
Republican Lieutenant Governor Spencer Cox, you got very upset recently about the immigrant situation, and you did some very pointed tweets about that. Have you had any blowback about that at all?
By blowback, you mean, half of the 50,000 people that retweeted it calling me names? I would say yes.
Yeah, that's blowback.
Really? Half of them?
It went viral in a big way.
It's been read by people all over the country. And tell people just to basically, if you will, Spencer, what it said and why you did it.
Well, again, it shouldn't be controversial at all. This idea of separating kids from their parents, and I just kind of had it and let people know. My wife was upset. That she would really like to go down there and hold these kids and do everything she can. I just felt like I wanted to punch someone, and that was kind of the impetus behind it. Talked a little bit about political tribalism and how dangerous it is to just blindly follow whatever someone in our party does, and that was it. Love your neighbor stuff really matters.
But I can hear the political ads right now. Spencer Cox is soft on immigration. He wants open borders because that's the only choice.
This false choice stuff is my favorite, right? I mean, either you want everyone and anyone to cross the borders at will, or you want to lock them in cages.
And neither one of them. Yeah.
Is there any hope for the Republican Party?
That's a good question.
I'm still here. I hope so. I believe in generous orthodoxy. I hope there's ways to change things from inside. If we bail, then we'll get what we get. So I do have some hope. Pendulum swing, and we'll see what happens.
Now, Carrie, I'm going to give you another campaign ad you're going to hear.
Another one.
Spencer Cox is a flip-flopper. On one hand, he wasn't so happy about Grayson Allen being drafted by the Jazz, and then he suddenly is okay with it.
Can't he make up his mind? Spencer Cox, bad for Utah.
Yes. I'm a total flip-flopper on this one. I was pleading with them not to take him, but I'm all in now. He's my guy.
Now that he's here, we're going to get behind him.
Why didn't you want them to draft Grayson?
Well, I mean, he played for Duke. He liked to trip people. He had a pretty bad reputation for that, and he's the most hated guy in college basketball. So I thought that was a good reason not to.
Now, do you suppose that the Jazz said, "We're going to draft you, but listen, here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to stop being a jerk."
Wait a minute. In the land of church ward ball, the Mormon ward ball, you're going to tell him not to play dirty? Come on.
Well, that's the problem. Is he's on my corner. That's my move. I don't want to take any of that.
I see.
So well, no, he will be great. He's a good, by all accounts, he's really a good guy who just cares too much, and we're going to work with that.
All right. Well, listen, always nice to talk to you, Lieutenant Governor Spencer Cox. Call us anytime. Well, I suspect
we had one more thing we wanted to ask him about.
What is it?
Marijuana on the ballot.
Yes. Oh, okay.
It's on right now.
And will the legislature try to do something underhanded if it passes?
I think you'll see some changes. I don't think you'll see significant changes. I think there are some concerns that people have with it in its current state, and maybe some concerns that the actual the sponsors would change, knowing what they know now. But so I think you will see some change. But I think if it passes, we will have significant medical marijuana on the ballot for the foreseeable future.
And Spencer Cox wants your kids to smoke weed. He's bad for Utah.
Once again, the end of my career at the hands of the lords and ladies.
Well, listen, good luck changing the Republican Party from within.
Yes, that's an impossible task.
I hope you do it, and we should let you go. You're probably driving right now, aren't you?
On my way to Cedar City to speak down there.
Yeah.
So nice, beautiful drive this morning.
I know you spend most of your time on the road, so thanks for calling us.
Nice to hear from you.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
See you. We are serious. It is Hello, Yeah, What?
Hello, yeah, what?
Anybody. You don't have to be the lieutenant governor to call in. Anybody can call.
That wasn't a setup just to speak to the lieutenant governor. We are doing Hello, Yeah, What?
Hello, yeah, what?
He actually did call at about that when we're doing Hello, Yeah, What? So 877-602-9696. You can talk about anything you want. You could talk about, what's his name? Spencer Grayson? No.
The basketball
guy.
The dirty basketball player?
Oh, Grayson Allen.
Grayson Allen. You can talk about Grayson Allen. You can talk about Spencer Cox.
You can talk about it's National Onion Ring Day.
I love onion rings. There aren't any good onion rings.
There aren't any good onion rings.
Lucky 13. I had some on Tuesday.
But most of the places you get them, they're
love
just
a good
terrible.
Onion ring.
They're just terrible. Now, do you like the battered ones where they're all puffy, or do you like them the crunchy?
These are the
crunchy.
These are the crunchy ones.
Yeah, I like the crunchy.
I'll eat either of them though. I prefer the crunchy, but I'll eat either.
Crunchy. All right. Anyway, 877-602-9696. It's Hello, Yeah,
Hello,
What?
yeah, what?
Anything you want.
All right. Let's begin with Ryan.
Hello, yeah, what?
What's on your mind, Ryan?
Oh, I'm not sure. Really, it's just to speak. This is it's for fun. And last time you guys said that no funny voices. But
Ryan, that's our rule. No funny voices. And
now, Ryan, are you doing a funny voice, or is this the way you speak?
I don't think it is.
Well, you see, I would like to work with you guys.
Yeah, this isn't the way you speak.
No.
So we're really serious about that, Ryan. No funny voices.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh guys. But it's so much fun.
Yeah, but you got to be better.
There's a reason behind it.
You got to be better.
You got to be better at it.
That's much better at voices.
Now, I mean, we're not totally against funny voices. They just have to be good.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
so I mean,
work on it. Oh, that's what we're saying. Work on it. All right.
Oh, that's what I do every day. I drive in a van, going from job to job, and I service people. I'm kind of a hero. So.
Yes, you're a hero.
Sure sounds like it. All right.
Listen, we're going on vacation. We'll be back on the 5th, and that's when you can practice all that time and try it again then, okay?
Oh, well, which one would you guys prefer me to practice
Surprise us. Your best one.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay?
My best one.
All right.
Okay.
Your best one.
All right.
All right.
I'll plan on that. I'll call you guys on the 5th.
I can't wait.
Thanks, Ryan.
Boy.
See ya. I'm not coming back on the 5th. I'm not coming back on the 5th.
I wouldn't either.
No.
Hello, yeah, what?
877-602-9696. Anything you want to talk about.
Daniel makes a point. Ryan's voice isn't funny, so he really wasn't violating the rule.
That's true.
It wasn't funny.
Because it was unfunny.
It was just a voice.
Yeah, it was unfunny.
Oh, Purple Turtle apparently has onion rings that are amazing. So, just a thought. Jared.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hi, Jared.
Hello. Thank you very much for letting me listen. And I just wanted to say thank you so much to the higher-ups for allowing us to have a local radio station where we have local people broadcasting and not some others that are...
We are a dying breed. More and more syndicated shows coming in all the time.
More and more syndicated shows yelling at you and having fun on the radio.
We have fun.
We don't have fun.
Listen, it's all about fun
It's
here.
about fun.
I want to just say that right now. It's all about fun. And if you don't want to have fun, then you shouldn't be here.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Jared,
Thanks. Bye, Jared.
That was fun for Jared.
That was
I could
fun.
tell.
Jared, thank you.
We like fun here.
All right.
Hello, yeah, what?
It sets us apart.
We're the enemies of fun.
All right, we'll continue this feature
Hello, yeah, what?
right after the break. So 877-602-9696. If you're on hold, wait a bit. We'll be right there.
Free shelving unit, left shoulder, northbound Highway 89, South Weber Drive. Thank you, friend of the program, who sent that in, 33986. Crash northbound I-15 just after the 2100 North on-ramp in Lehigh. The cars are on the left shoulder in the construction zone. Highway patrol blocking the left lane for safety. And looks like that is about it for traffic. Smartphones are important in today's world for businesses, friendship, and within families. That's why Bad Apple, they don't just fix phones. They do data retrieval, water diagnostics, iCloud questions. If they don't know the solution to your problem, they'll find it out. Go to badapplerepair.com.
We want to put $500 in your pocket. Maybe we do 250 in this pocket and 250.
My grandpa never said that. What was that all about?
Fine, I won't say anything.
No,
then.
we're not saying don't say anything. We're trying to. For how many years have you been here? We're trying to still teach you. Please say things. But, wait for a break in the sentence. When someone is in mid-sentence, you don't start talking.
I might forget what I was going to say.
There is that. There is that.
I have to say it
There's an unplanned course change being fed into the instrument, sir.
the minute it comes to me.
No, Leanne, we're not going to stop being mean to Gina. Go away. I'm not answering that call.
Well, no, let me talk to Leanne. Hi, Leanne. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Now, Leanne, have you been listening this morning?
I have.
Yeah, I don't think of being particularly mean to Gina.
Well, okay, you guys are always picking on her at some point. You have to be nice to her.
Why?
I might cry.
Yeah, see?
I think...
don't make Gina cry.
Okay.
That's
You
not
know,
nice.
Leanne,
we
you
won't.
and Gina are single-handedly putting women's rights into the Middle Ages. All right? You fight like hell for equal rights to work just like the men, and then you get here and expect special treatment.
No, it's not special treatment. It's called don't be mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's special
Just
treatment.
Don't be mean.
Don't be
That's how
mean
they
or you
feel
might
it.
make her cry.
You have to understand Carrie's mean to everyone.
Yes.
Thanks, Leanne.
Thank you,
You're
Leanne.
welcome. I
See
love
la-
you guys.
See you later.
Oh, my God. Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
How are you this morning?
I'm just fine.
You're a great Americanist. What can we do for you?
I just wanted to tell you to be nice to Gina. That's all I
okay,
wanted.
thanks.
I was feeling sad for her.
See, you were going to cry for me, huh?
I was.
No.
I think I had a couple of tears welling
Michelle,
up, and
do
I
you
thought,
think
you know
that-
what? This is wrong.
Michelle, do you think women need special
No, wait a
treatment in the
minute.
workplace?
I never said they needed special treatment.
No, I'm asking you a question.
No.
Okay, then.
Michelle,
But there's a difference between special treatment and just common courtesy.
Michelle.
And being nice.
Michelle, is it common courtesy? Now, have you've been listening this morning?
Yes.
Yes.
All I'm trying to do is get through this feature.
Yeah.
And Gina is saying, "Oh, you know that's what happened to the."
How is that common courtesy?
So you know what I did? I stopped and said, "Well, then tell us all about it." Apparently,
you were
it's
being sarcastic.
apparently.
And then you yelled at her a
I
minute
didn't-
later for like
I-
5 minutes. You
I
guys
didn't-
stop. You just
All
kept
right,
going.
No,
Michelle.
I didn't yell.
Michelle.
And going.
I didn't yell.
Michelle.
All right.
Michelle. Is it common courtesy to interrupt someone when they're speaking?
No, but she said she was sorry.
I'm
But
very
she says
sorry.
she's sorry every day.
But I'm really, really sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. Michelle's right. Gina said she was
said,
sorry.
I'm sorry, and you kept going, and you kept going, and I thought, that poor girl is either
Again,
gonna cry or
Michelle,
quit.
you and Gina are setting back women's rights 30 or 40 years.
I have to disagree with you.
I think it's
Just
only 20.
apologize, Michelle.
Michelle,
Just tell Carrie you're sorry.
You're wrong, and you know why?
Why am
Because
I
you're a
wrong?
woman. That's why, okay?
But thanks for
If
trying.
I were as smart as you guys, I'd know when.
All right, so this feature continues.
Hello, yeah, what?
because you insisted.
Yeah.
So let's go to the phones here. This is Callie?
Hi, Callie.
Hi, Callie.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. What's on your mind, Callie?
I was actually wondering if I could bend your ear. I'm trying to gain some media attention and a platform for a charitable cause that I'm spearheading right now, if I could explain it to you.
Sure.
My stepdad, he's 74, in 2006 was awarded a Hometown Hero Award. He donated a kidney to our neighbor, saved his life.
Oh, nice.
It was a big deal. He's a really super great guy. He is retiring with my mom and building their retirement cabin up in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 weeks ago, he fell off of the build just 4 days after my mom actually fell from the same spot.
Oh, jeez.
He was taken AirMed to the hospital up at the U. He broke his neck. He's paralyzed from the neck down.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
And I'm trying to generate some community involvement and whatever media attention I can get to try to help them with all the expenses that, for one, that they've already accrued and what they're going to be up against in the coming year.
Do you have a GoFundMe or something like that we could direct people to?
I do. The GoFundMe is under Raymond Jones, Hometown Hero. And I also have a charitable donations account set up with America First Credit Union. It's under Raymond Jones Care Fund.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
And our family would be very, very grateful.
Well, there you go. That's
there you did it.
That's what we can do.
It's out there
Thank
now.
you guys so much.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Sure.
Thank you.
See ya.
All right. Wow. Let's go to Justin.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hi, Justin.
Hey, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I just wanted to call and share my appreciation for all of you. I love listening to you guys in the morning as I'm going on my route.
What kind of a
My
route?
usual job.
What kind of a route do you do?
I deliver medical equipment.
Okay. And
Something-
you spend time with us all morning, huh?
Well, as much as I can. See, for the longest time, the majority of my life, radio is the only thing you listen to when you forget your headphones at home.
Yeah, well.
Today I found myself actually putting away the audiobook, putting away the music in order to listen to you guys, what you had to say and what you have to express for everyone. You guys are a lot of fun to hear in the mornings. I really enjoy it, and I wanted to let you guys know I appreciate everything.
Well, thank you,
That's
Justin.
darn nice
Thank
of
you so
Justin.
much.
Thanks, Justin.
I'm curious as to what audiobook that you put aside to listen to us.
Yeah.
Well, today it's a Great Courses audiobook that talks about talks about addiction.
Well, I'd go
And
back to
just
that
the
if I were you.
mechanics of it.
You might go back to that. I
Or
don't
maybe
know.
we should start talking about it, and then you can get both all in one place.
Maybe you guys are my new addiction.
I know nothing about addiction. I swear.
Bill can quit anytime he wants.
I can. I really can quit. I can. Well,
I have no doubt.
Thanks for
Thank
checking
you,
in,
Justin.
Justin. And
Very nice.
We do appreciate it. See ya.
All right.
Hello, yeah, what?
By the way, some people were wondering. I talked earlier in the show about you can get tamales at a tire store here.
Yeah.
It's I couldn't remember the place, so I Googled Salt Lake Tire Tamales,
Yeah.
and it came right up.
What
it's,
is it?
It's Victor's Tires, and it's on 700 West and about 1400 South. Victor's Tires. You can get Mexican food at Victor's Tires.
Okay.
And you can get tires.
Good to know.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let's go to. Looks like it's Dawson next.
Dawson.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hi there, former intern here.
I thought it
might, yes.
Yeah, Dawson, our
How
former
are
intern.
things? Now you're out in Tooele, right?
Yeah, currently I'm actually going to be moving to West Jordan here shortly, in
Wow.
like the next month.
What are you doing with yourself? You know, our interns go on to bigger and better things always. What are you doing, Dawson?
Right now I'm a collection specialist at Discover Card, and I've actually been helping Broadway Media with a couple of concerts still, so
Oh,
you're
nice.
not getting rid of me yet.
Oh, okay, good. But you called in about onion rings?
Yeah, actually. Funny story, since it's National Onion Ring Day, the first time I tried onion rings was about 3 years ago at Bonneville Brewery in Tooele,
Mm-hmm.
and I threw up. The waitress came over to me and noticed I was looking sick. Hey, what's wrong? Can I get you anything? Obviously, my face is pale green, and it looks like something's regurgitating, so I throw up all over her.
Ah.
And then 6 months later, we're dating.
What?
Why did she agree to date you after you threw up on her?
I don't know. It may have smelled nice.
No.
Okay, Dawson.
No, Dawson.
You didn't really.
No,
you didn't.
And I'm also stuck on that you didn't have onion rings till a couple of years ago.
That I believe.
Yeah, I don't think I can try them anymore.
He's from Tooele, Gina.
Oh, okay.
That I believe.
They're exotic food in Tooele?
I remember having these kind of conversations with Dawson about just everyday normal things that he had never done or experienced.
And whenever I had a conversation with Dawson, I was sure he was going to throw up on me.
Exactly.
So.
I'm glad it worked out for you, Dawson.
Good luck.
Oh, no, thank you, guys.
We'll see you.
See, our interns go on to bigger and better things.
Let's go to Shua.
Hello, yeah, what?
Shua!
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Yes, that's it.
What can we do for you?
Well, I'm mainly calling about something that must go.
Okay.
But just so I let you know right now, before I forget, I must the protesters. I was on your show like 11 years ago.
Okay.
You were on our show 11 years ago about.
No, it was 2011. That's right. It was like 7 years ago. I remember.
Okay, what did you want to talk about today?
All right.
Yes.
I want to talk about how much the Blue Line train sucks.
Why does it suck?
Well, for starters, I have a bicycle, right?
Yeah.
And I have a double basket on the front, and it's sometimes very loaded down. And when I ride Blue Line, I have to climb a flight of steps.
All right.
That sucks.
Yeah, you have to take
Green
your
and
bike
red?
up
Green
on.
there's a ramp. Red there's a ramp. It's beautiful. I love it.
Okay.
Anyways,
No ramp
but
on the
that's
Blue
not it.
Line.
That's not all. Plus, I mean, everybody who doesn't have a bike gets on the train. I hope they're all listening right now. Don't use the end doors. Okay? Because usually there's one or two bikes on the end, and you're just making it more difficult for all of us.
Okay.
Use the middle doors,
All right,
pedestrians.
Thanks, Shua. You see why other radio stations don't do this?
See, that's why we should hire actors. I'm thinking.
Actually, Shua was an actor.
Oh, he was.
We hired him to do
All
that.
right. Now, I don't have a name for this last call.
Hello, yeah, what?
It just says little girl with a question.
Hi, little girl.
Hi. So I was just wondering if you guys think my mom should get a new car.
A new car?
Well.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what kind of car does your mom have now?
She has a Ford Focus.
And she wants a new one?
She wants to get a Crosstrek.
A Crosstrek.
Oh, that's a.
what's that?
Is it a Honda? I can't remember. It's.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, I would say anything's better than a Ford Focus.
Okay.
So did she ask you to get our opinion on that?
No, we were just talking about it, and you guys are on the radio, so I thought that might be a good idea.
That is a good idea.
Could I ask how old you are, little girl?
I'm 10 years old.
10 years old.
Actually, the Crosstrek is a Subaru.
Oh, Subarus are great cars.
And they are good cars.
Yeah.
And I was going to say that Young Automotive Group, I was up at a Subaru dealership yesterday for the Young Automotive Group. They're having the best sale of the year on their Subarus where you get a whole year of gas, 2 years of maintenance, and if you go in and you tell them that you're a friend of the program at the one on Riverdale Road, they'll give you an amazing deal. Ask for Marty.
So little girl,
Did you get all that?
Little girl, tell your mom that she should ask for Marty on Riverdale Road, and also Richie will help you get a deal.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for calling us, little girl.
Bye.
Okay.
I hope
We got
little,
these child
I hope-
crisis actors
I
calling.
hope little girl calls again. Little girl was great.
This is how that went down. What's your name? I'm sorry. What is it? Can you spell it for me?
Well, she was perfectly articulate.
It's a little girl.
Now people
It's
are
that phone.
people are accusing us of hiring
Crisis
a little
actor.
girl.
an actor.
A
Yeah.
little girl. Yeah.
I want her to call once a week.
She was calling from the border.
Yes.
Crash northbound I-15 milepost 282 in Lehigh. Stalled vehicle southbound Bangor at 91st South in West Jordan. And that earlier crash northbound I-215 west at 43rd South, that should be cleared up. It was supposed to be cleared up about 10 minutes ago. If it's not, if you're in that area and can let me know, I would appreciate it. Or if you see anything else like free shelving unit, left shoulder, northbound Highway 89 at South Weber Drive, stuff like that, you can text it to us, 33986. You know that guy texting and driving in the car next to you. Don't be that guy. Just a friendly suggestion from your friends at Everest Collision. Download the Everest Collision app responsibly.
All right. Boners round 2 coming up. Here are your candidates. Boner candidate number 1. Butt juice stabs a snitch.
Butt juice.
Butt juice stabs a snitch. Boner candidate number 2. Jeff. The Bible says thou shalt not lie.
Ooh.
And boner candidate number 3, shoot them all at the border.
Oh, all right. Those 3 boner candidates for round 2, along with big boy news and a Pinuendo coming up after these.
And it potentially could be the last concert ever. The last concert ever. The last concert ever.
It is our mission to embrace the ideal that our show shall always strive to belittle the stupid and to play an occasional song. We shall also strive to take all of your requests, but to never, under any circumstances, play those requests. It is our mission to offend as many people as we can in the shortest time possible. We shall always remember that no matter how pointless and stupid the things we say are, we shall present them in such a way that they will be lessons that will last a lifetime. We shall strive always to do nothing and to be mean. We shall strive mightily to always be the #1 morning show in Salt Lake, or, if not that, the #2 morning show, or at least somewhere in the top 15 or 20 morning shows. At least once a year, we shall go to someone's home, and we shall eat really good food, and we'll make you wish that you could be there to share it with us. And finally, it is our mission to always remind the listeners that we never lie, and we're always right. So let it be written, so let it be done.
I'm very excited about this.
You think we have it?
I think that if you take all those pieces and put them together,
one big beautiful mission statement.
Yep. But of course, before we get to the mission statement, we have to answer one question.
I just want to know what the hell is a mission statement?
All right, and Tom poses a very valid question.
We still don't know, really.
Well, businesses, it seems like especially in the past 5 years, it's kind of trendy to have a mission statement. They go to these seminars, you know, and the guys up there at the seminars tell them that unless they have a mission statement, you don't know what you're doing. Now, we found this. Julie and Tommy Frost explain the mission statement. If you're in a business, you should have a mission statement as a sort of compass, a tool to lead you in the right direction, a reminder of who you are and where you come from. It's not just for you, but your customers as well. So,
we've been just wandering aimlessly for good
15
years.
Doing mornings for like 10, 15 years, and we've never really known what we're doing, apparently.
I think this defines it.
So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. You have submitted sentences in this, helped us write it. Here it is, the Radio from Hell mission statement.
It is our mission to embrace the ideal that our show shall always strive to belittle the stupid and to play an occasional song. We shall also strive to take all of your requests, but to never, under any circumstances, play those requests. It is our mission to offend as many people as we can in the shortest time possible. We shall always remember that no matter how pointless and stupid the things we say are, we shall present them in such a way that they will be lessons that will last a lifetime. We shall strive always to do nothing and to be mean. We shall strive mightily to always be the #1 morning show in Salt Lake, or, if not that, the #2 morning show, or at least somewhere in the top 15 or 20 morning shows. At least once a year, we shall go to someone's home, and we shall eat really good food, and we'll make you wish that you could be there to share it with us. And finally, it is our mission to always remind the listeners that we never lie, and we're always right. So let it be written, so let it be done.
It's kind of negative.
I don't know.
What do you mean?
What shouldn't a mission statement be kind of, positive? And
I thought it sounded very positive.
Yeah, well, with that music and everything. Really
we're
powerful.
not really doing anything good. We're not helping humanity.
Oh, I left one out. Hit it. I
What?
left one out.
Okay.
And we'll try to find a cure for cancer.
All right.
How's that?
Oh, I feel better
Yeah.
now.
Is that better?
Yeah.
There we go.
That make
All
you
right.
feel a little bit
Yeah,
better
I feel
now?
better.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
X96.
Text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right. Remember that information because it is time now for round 2 of your boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You'll listen to all 3 of these candidates, keeping in mind boner means mistake. Then you've got to decide of these 3 which one is the worst of these 3, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and get that, as of now, 50-50 chance to be boner of the day. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. Then we'll take that winner and we'll put him into boner fight at 9:20. That's where boner of the day is decided. And one of you lucky random boner voters will receive
tickets to the Ogden Twilight Concert Series continuing Thursday, June 28th with vocal electronic pop act Metronomy and Los Angeles indie rockers Cold War Kids. Get your tickets at ogdentwilight.com.
Boner candidate number 1, butt juice it's hard to say. Butt juice stabs a snitch. A man known as Butt Juice has been convicted in federal court on Tuesday for his involvement in several gang activities, including shootings, theft, and drug activities. Lamont Jones, a member of the Up the Hill gang in Baltimore.
Oh, they're famous.
You know where they are. You know where they are in Baltimore. They're up the hill.
Up the hill.
Convicted of conspiracy to participate in racketeering enterprises and 2 conspiracy charges involving the possession and distribution of drugs. Mr. Jones and other members of the gang sold crack, heroin, and marijuana, according to authorities. The gang, prosecutors said, sold the drugs in high quantities. Mr. Jones was also involved in many violent acts, including the assault and subsequent stabbing of someone he called a snitch. A shooting involving 2 people from a competing gang, and also the killing of a rival gang member named Harry Hicks.
I know Harry Hicks.
Yeah, Butt Juice and Harry Hicks go way back.
Go way back.
Yeah.
He was also involved in shooting of a drug-dealing rival in 2012. He pleaded guilty to that shooting and was doing 10 years in prison. The gang perpetrated home invasions and street and bank robberies. They used violence as scare tactics to control enemies. There were 8 members of the Up the Hill gang indicted. Up the Hill gang. I'm trying to see if there is an explanation here. I don't believe there is of why they call
any of it. Is there an
is
explanation of butt juice? Is there an explanation?
that's what. Yeah, Gene, that's what I'm looking for. It's some of the other guys in the gang were they were indicted, but they were let go. They couldn't hold them. But Butt Juice, he got indicted. He got sent to prison. Butt Juice stabs a snitch. Boner candidate number 1. Boner candidate number 2. Now, Jeff, the Bible says thou shalt not lie. Attorney General Jeff Sessions said Thursday that the Trump administration never really intended to separate immigrant families on the border. A claim that is contradicted by an assertion that he had made just a few days before. In an interview with Christian Broadcasting Network, that is set to air Friday, Sessions agreed that thousands of children, some just months old, being torn from their parents' arms as a result of his new zero-tolerance immigration policy did not make for great optics for the Trump administration. It hasn't been good, and the American people don't like the idea that we're separating families. We never really intended to do that. What we intended to do was make sure that adults who bring children in the country are charged with the crime they have been committed. But, Sessions described the policy wholly different a few days before. Mm-hmm. The immigration hardliner and former Alabama senator said he hoped the policy would act as a deterrent. Are you trying to deter people from bringing children or minors across a dangerous journey and across the border? No one was being prosecuted for this as a factor in 5-fold increase, so hopefully people will get the message when they come through the border or the port of entry. If they bring children, they will lose them.
That's been recorded, Mr. Sessions, so that
No.
later when you say you didn't say that, you can say, well, really, because here it is.
This is not a misstatement. This is not a distortion of statements. This is not, I don't remember. This is plain and simple a lie. Boner candidate number 2. Jeff, the Bible, which you love to cite, says thou shalt not lie.
All right.
Coming up in a moment, Boner candidate number 3. Shoot them all at the border.
All right, Boner candidate number 3 for round 2, coming up after this big boy news and opinioendo, brought to you by...
When life feels like it's crashing down on you from above, Lifetime Roofing is here to offer you peace of mind. In that home of yours, you and your family have your own personal fortress of reassurance. Roofs at Lifetime Roofing are simply better than everyone else's, period.
Is there a reason that our producer, Richie Stedman, is lurking here at the beginning of the news?
Yeah, I wanted to provide a little bit of follow-up. If you were listening to this morning's Hello, Yeah, What? The last phone call, we said a little girl who we couldn't catch the name of the person. Very sweet. Go back and listen to it in the podcast if you're just joining us now. I couldn't hear very well, and the aunt of that person called in and said, well, first of all, it's a little boy.
Oh.
That was a little boy?
That was a little boy.
Okay.
10-year-old boy.
Sorry, little boy. I don't know why you didn't correct us.
And his name is Phineas, and that's why it sounded like, because I couldn't make out a name out of it. And Phineas made that person's day and is now planning on calling in every week to check in on us and make sure that we're doing well.
All
so
right.
Sorry, Phineas, the young boy, friend of the program.
Thanks, little boy Phineas. All right. Joseph Gordon-Levitt will serve as roast master for the Comedy Central roast of Bruce Willis.
Okay.
I've looked up to Bruce Willis my whole life. I was genuinely honored to work alongside him and, in essence, play him when we made Looper together.
Which is a great movie if you haven't seen it.
He has treated me with absolutely nothing but warmth and kindness. I look forward to mercilessly making fun of him on TV.
So we'll have bald jokes. We'll have Die Hard jokes. We'll have
moonlighting jokes about
Demi Moore jokes.
Oh, Demi Moore jokes, yeah.
Bruno jokes.
Yes, a lot of his musical career jokes. A lot of those. All right, now we don't need to tune in.
Okay.
It'll be recorded on July 14th and will air on the 29th of July on Comedy Central. Let's see. Here are some of the people who will be on it. No, never mind. All right. A fire. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm not working.
Do you need?
I'm going to take a sip of milk cream coffee here.
All right.
I'm not going on very many. It's.
Did you really only get 3 hours?
Yeah, about 3.5. because I got home at like 10:15. It's not good. It's wonderful to be able to go to the arts festival and to do stuff like that, but
during the week it's hard.
It's so hard during the week. 5 individuals are being screened for charges in Cache County after harassment over a camping spot on Memorial Day weekend. And apparently somebody videoed it on their phone, and it's caused public outrage and death threats online. The Caballero family said that their truck broke down in Blacksmith Fork Canyon over Memorial Day weekend. A man later identified as Wyatt Pack appeared in a video yelling at the family, demanding that they move their vehicle.
Well, if it's broken...
The Cache County Sheriff's Office announced Tuesday it had concluded the investigation into threats that were made to the Caballero family and identified individuals who were involved in the incident. The Sheriff's Office said there were 5 adults, and they are probably going to bring charges. And I think some of the things, that's all the detail that's in this story, but I think some of the things that they were yelling at the Caballero family were...
racist stuff?
I'm guessing.
Yeah. Don't know. Seems like.
Because your truck breaks down and it's your fault if you can't move it.
Well, if you're a Mexican, yeah. That's that. You know that. Oh, I can't stand it. It was a confession that cops in Shane County, Mississippi will likely never forget. On the morning of June 7th, local deputies questioned one Mr. Terrell Johnson about the gruesome death of his mother, Sherry, who was found decapitated in the backyard. Captain Ray Boggs of the Sheriff's Department was inside the interrogation room and recounted what was said that day. Johnson told me he beat her up real bad. He said it got out of hand. He said he used a butter knife to cut her throat, and then he used his teeth in his bare hands to remove her head.
His teeth?
He claimed to have choked her unconscious first. It was a fight over credit cards.
How does get out of hand go to ripping?
It got out of hand, Gina. That's what I call getting out of hand.
Listen. If she had the credit cards, got out of hand.
I had no choice.
Cops eventually found her mother in the backyard, about 15 feet from where her severed head had been tossed over the fence.
Jeez.
It really got it. At that point, I said to myself, as I was tossing the head, I said to myself, this has really gotten out of hand. Man. A sheriff in Texas has prohibited his deputies from working off-duty at a temporary shelter erected on federal land to house children separated from their parents. El Paso County Sheriff Richard Wiles said the deputies had been guarding equipment last week when the tent city was being set up in the Marcelino point of entry. On Friday, I got a call that they were going to house kids there, but eventually it would house kids being separated from their parents, being prosecuted for immigration violations, Wiles said. Absolutely not, he said, about allowing his deputies to work there, citing the damage that doing so would cause between his office and the community. Because there are a lot of Hispanic people in the community that he has to interact with as sheriff.
Yeah.
And he said, so my deputies work as if they moonlight as security guards there? No, I won't let them. The sheriff canceled permission allowing deputies to work there Friday. Let's see. The Department of Justice. So they've said, so Donald Trump has signed an executive order, and we won't separate the children from their families. But there is a law that says, okay, if you have these people in custody with children, the children may not be held in custody for longer than 20 days. It's called the Flores Act from a case several years ago. So you can't keep the children in custody longer than 20 days, which means if they are with their parents and the parents still haven't been prosecuted or even brought to court for immigration, well, you have to let them go too.
The parents?
Yeah. Well, you can't separate them. So if you're saying you cannot separate them,
oh, okay.
See, that's what the federal government, that's what the Trump administration has been trying to avoid, and now they're trying to take some steps toward getting around the Flores Act and saying, well, we can keep the families, we'll keep them together, but we can keep them in detention indefinitely.
Oh, that's not okay either.
No. And now there are people who, legal scholars who know far more than I do about this, but I've listened to them speak about it, say there's almost no way that they'll be allowed to circumvent the Flores Act. They said that it's just not going to happen.
So give them an ankle bracelet and keep track of them that way until you can call them back for their court hearing, whatever it is.
What, Richie?
So I was listening to an in-depth story about what it's really like at the border, and it's fascinating because one of the other things is if you get on American soil and you call for asylum, the laws are different if you call for asylum on United States soil.
Yeah.
So these guards, where it used to be that they would be like on the United States side and kind of within the buildings or whatever, they are meeting people out on the bridges where where it becomes
the point of
United
entry.
States, the point of entry, and saying, no, go turn around. We can process people, and there are minimal amounts of people that are being able to be processed and get through, but everyone else is being turned away several times a day and just sleeping in like these sort of tent cities on the Mexico side, waiting again.
Because they're trying to prevent them from stepping on American soil,
because
so
once
that they can
do,
declare asylum. Yeah.
Once they do, it's a completely different situation.
They have to schedule a hearing and take it into account.
Yeah.
Melanie Trump. Excuse me. Yeah, it is Melanie, isn't it?
Why are you disrespecting the First Lady, Bill?
I'm not. Mrs. Trump.
Oh, her own husband called her Melanie.
How about this? Mrs. Donald J. Trump.
Okay.
All right.
She made a surprise humanitarian visit to the children's shelter in Texas, and she got onto the airplane to go down to Texas wearing an olive green Zara Army jacket with the words, "I really don't care, do you?" on the back of it. Now, I guess this is a inexpensive
it's a $40 jacket.
Jacket that apparently, and they sold it with that.
Yeah, and as soon as she wore it, it sold out. I'm guessing people want Halloween costumes.
I'm sure.
So
some people are saying it was insensitive, heartless, and unthinking. But then her communications director, Stephanie Grisham, said, "It's a jacket. There was no hidden message."
Bull.
The assumption implicit in the outrage is that the message was meant for those that Mrs. Trump was meeting, but here's the thing. The First Lady has had some experience with the attention paid when she boards planes. She knows everybody's going to be watching.
This is not an accident. This is not, it was just, everything is calculated.
Well, but it's calculated to do what?
My theory is she's so unhappy with being First Lady and being there and hates her husband so much, she's trying to embarrass him.
Why didn't she just have scrawled on the back of the jacket, "Won't somebody please help me?"
She has another jacket with that on.
I see. And a rep for the Monkees.
The band?
Yeah.
Okay. They're surviving monkeys?
Do they still have a rep?
I think there is a surviving monkey, almost.
No, it's 3 of them.
Michael Nesmith. Are there still 3 of them?
Yeah, Peter Tork's still alive, as is
Mickey
Dolenz.
Well,
it's just Davey that is dead.
Mike Nesmith. Oh, it's the Mike and Mickey show. It's just Mike and Mickey. Mike Nesmith dropped down. He collapsed on stage.
Oh no!
His rep says he thinks he'll be okay. He is 75 years old. Collapsed to the ground during the band's sound check on Thursday afternoon. He was not unconscious, but was rushed to the hospital. He's been discharged, but they say he will return and still perform. Thank God for that.
All right. Sports, weather, traffic, whatever you want to do here.
Well, you'll be glad to know that Iceland's players are allowed to have sex ahead of their World Cup match against Nigeria, which actually I think is going on right now. But it has to be with their wives. There's no sex ban for the soccer players. If it's with other people, yes.
Well, that's no fun.
Glad we're
just so we're.
Everybody wants a piece of an Icelander.
So we're clearing that up. Everybody's divided on how they feel about Grayson Allen being drafted by the Jazz.
I think that Grayson and Allen are terrific. They're both great.
Both of them are good players. And University of Oregon allows fans to consume alcohol in the parking lots outside the stadium starting 4 hours before kickoff. But apparently, that is not enough time. University of Oregon has asked the Eugene City Council to amend the city code to allow alcohol to be consumed tailgating 6 hours before football games. 4 hours is not enough time to get drunk before a football game.
I find that 1 hour is plenty.
Is plenty. If you're efficient,
you use both hands. I use both hands.
Dedicate yourself to it. You can get. Let's get it done.
I'm a two-fisted one.
Weather, it's not quite as warm today as it has been. 86, mostly sunny. And traffic, we have. Let me refresh this for you so I can give you the most up-to-date and accurate information. Crash, let's see. Harrison Boulevard, 26th Street in Ogden. Crash northbound I-15 milepost 282 in Lehigh. And I'm going to check our message stream quickly, see if anybody's sent anything in there. Somebody says, a wreck eastbound I-84 about 2 miles from the Morgan exit. Thank you, whoever sent that in, to 33986.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. Here's boner candidate number 3. Shoot him at the border. An Oregon worker at the Department of Motor Vehicles has been placed on leave after she Facebooked this. I personally think they should shoot them all at the border and call it good, she wrote. This is according to screenshots circulating on social media. It'll save us hardworking Americans billions of dollars on our taxes.
You know what? It'd save you billions of dollars on your taxes if we didn't build that jet that can't fly. How about that?
Or a wall.
Or a wall.
Her comments came in response to the Trump administration's policy, of course, of separating migrant children from their parents. Her post quickly made the rounds on social media, people calling for her to be fired from the Oregon Department of the DMV. The Transportation Department announced Thursday that she was placed on leave for an offensive Facebook post, although they said they have not made a decision on whether to fire her. Boner candidate number 3, just shoot them all at the border.
All right. Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, butt juice, stabs a snitch. Baltimore gangster who goes by the name of Butt Juice, we don't know why, convicted of stabbing someone he called a snitch, robbing banks, and also selling lots of drugs. Boner candidate number 2, Jeff, the Bible says thou shalt not lie. Attorney General Jeff Sessions, who likes to quote the Bible when it pertains to something he's in favor of, says he never intended to separate immigrant families. And that's just plain and simple a lie.
Yes.
And boner candidate number 3, shoot them all at the border.
All right, here we go. This is round 2 of your boner voting. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and get that 50-50 chance as of right now to be boner of the day. So 1, 2, or 3, you pick the candidate that you think should go forward. We'll throw the 2 round winners into boner fight at 9:20. That's when you decide boner of the day. So pick your candidate for round 2 now, 1, 2, or 3. Put the candidate number you think should win in the message of a text. Then text that to 33986. You can call 877-602-9696, taking votes in the producer's booth. Or you can go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting June 22 and vote there. You've got 300 seconds to do it. Let's go. Round 2.
Keep the radio on. A 1-hour nonstop music wingding starts at 10. X96.
I made a big mistake. Well, I didn't. It had to be done at some point. I haven't gotten on the scale, weighed myself, that is, since. So I had some back surgery to relieve some pressure on, excuse me, on the nerves in my back, and that has made it difficult for me to. Well, it's made it impossible for me to do any exercise. And I exercise a lot, usually.
Uh-huh.
And then I went on vacation.
Well, sure.
And
you don't ever weigh yourself after vacation.
And you always went on, and you always put on a little weight on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lack of exercise for a month, and then going on vacation for however many days to Hawaii, which involved a lot of
pineapple, drinking,
a lot of
empty calories.
Empty calories. Thank you. That would you please? Damn it, Gina! Could you start with the euphemisms? Would you not zero right in on the problem? Start with the euphemisms. I mean, I say, oh, is Aunt Flo here? You know, I don't say, what, John the Rag? You having a period?
Trying to be funny?
Start with the euphemisms, please.
Before the reality?
Yeah, don't let the reality just don't smack me in the face with it, please. So 10 pounds since the last time I weighed myself.
So in a month you gained 10.
I think I'd have to look and see when that surgery was.
You don't look like you've gained 10 pounds.
Oh, I sure feel like it. And I don't? Really? No?
You look fine.
I think, you always say that though. Because I don't know, why does she always say that? Because I don't think it's true.
I'm sorry, I was chasing down things that we have to take care of here. I'm, trying to fix the show. That's all.
She always says, you look fine. I think it's you say that either because you don't really look at me or at people. Because I look at you, and I wouldn't say that about you.
I didn't ask your opinion on how I look or how much weight I gained on my vacation.
I didn't ask yours either. You just offered it. I didn't ask your opinion.
Okay, I won't say you look fine. I start out saying something nice and I get in trouble for that.
I don't think I look. I think you can tell I've put on 10 pounds. Can't you, Carrie?
Gina, watch and learn. Really?
Can you tell that I put on 10 pounds?
You hide it well.
But you can tell, can't you?
No.
You can't?
No. I also don't look at you very closely.
I believe that.
It's true. I don't look at anybody very closely.
I know.
I keep my head down. I do my job. I get out.
I look at people too closely.
Yeah, would you quit looking at me so closely?
I'm sorry, how's your eye?
It's better.
Is it really? That's what you said. That's what you said when it wasn't.
But now it's just crusty, not puffy.
What did your husband say now that he's seen you? Did he, when he got home and looked at it, did he go, my God, why didn't you go to the doctor?
No, he's still saying it's fine, so it's fine. It's scabby.
I think that if you had FaceTimed him,
yeah,
he would have looked at it and went, "Oh God,
yeah,
Boots, get in there."
He was with me all weekend, and it was fine.
But so again, he doesn't look at you very closely. He just keeps his head down and does his job when he's with you.
Exactly.
Which I'm glad that he doesn't notice I've gained weight.
No,
so
he just keeps his head down and does his job.
Bill and Gina on X96.
All right, 8:48 right now. Time to award round 2 of your boner voting.
And round 2 is brought to you in part by Asparagus.
And 99-cent summer is back at Fat Cats. All summer attractions at Fat Cats are just 99 cents. Get more information and plan your visit at fatcatsfun.com.
So, boner candidate number 1, Butt Juice stabs a snitch. That's a Baltimore gangster who goes by the moniker of Butt Juice.
We don't know why.
We've looked into it and we can't find it. He was convicted of stabbing a snitch, robbing banks, and selling lots of drugs as a member of the Up the Hill gang. Boner candidate number 2, Jeff. The Bible says thou shalt not lie. Well, Jeff Sessions says he never intended to separate immigrant families, and that's just plain and simply a lie. He's on record saying we were going to separate them from it as a warning to parents trying to come across the border.
We were very clear about that.
And boner candidate number 3, shoot them all at the border. A DMV worker in Oregon under fire herself now for posting about shooting immigrants. That's what we should do. It'll save American taxpayers billions of dollars, she said. Just do it. So someone named Rochelle won the tickets to the Ogden Twilight concert series, and the winner, Jeff Sessions, did well, but not well enough to beat boner candidate number 3, shoot them all at the border.
Thought so. That is now the winner of round 2's boner voting for today, June 22. All right, now we have 2 candidates for winner of each round. Boner fight happens at 9:20. That's when you decide boner of the day for today.
This is your last chance to vote for your boner before we go on vacation.
For like 2 weeks. Well, week
no,
and a half.
Not quite. Yeah.
Yeah, week and a half.
I'll be gone a little longer than you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that happened. I'm not sure what the situation was.
Well, it has to do with you're going out of the country. You have a bigger trip.
I got Costa Rica plans, and so and everybody I've talked to about Costa Rica says, "Oh, it's great." Oh,
are you going to zip line through the jungle?
I don't know, maybe.
Would you really?
Yeah.
You would do that?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's
Beware of hitchhiking monkeys.
Yeah, it's. I might do it. Anyway, we've got here now. I've put some stories in a file, and there are so many we didn't get to this week.
Do we have leftover news?
Yeah, we can do that here. Talk about some of those.
Sure.
Leftover news brought to you by Salt Lake Gaming Con. Returns July 6th and 7th to the Mountain America Expo Center in Sandy, featuring digital and board game tournaments, free play consoles, cosplay, Nerf gun battles, celebrity guests, and more. Get tickets and information at saltlakegamingcon.com.
All right.
I would say, let's see, I'm just putting another one in there right now. How many stories do I have in the clearance file? The leftover news, 7 right now, but I could add more, certainly. But here are the 7 that I have so far. These are things we just didn't have time to get to, and you tell me if you want to hear them. 11-year-old girl divorcing 38-year-old husband. That's number 1.
Sounds icky.
Yeah.
Well, but many things we do are icky. And hiker found dead after bear attack. Truck dumps processed human waste onto highway.
It's kind of the story.
Johnny Depp's spending is even more insane than anyone knew.
I want that one.
I'm voting on that one.
Okay, we'll have that one.
Okay, what else you got?
Let me make a note. Johnny Depp. They found out what killed 13 bald eagles. Let's see. Oh, here's one. Anybody missing an absolutely enormous cat?
Yes.
Let's get
Although that
one.
sounds like a visual, but
No, it's not.
Okay.
And horny couple joins Mile High Club. No?
Well,
No?
I mean, that's
That doesn't.
not-
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are the ones. Let's see. Now there are others that I just haven't had a chance to look at yet.
let's hear the Johnny Depp one.
You want to hear that one now?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let me go back to that file.
Because we've been worried about there have been pictures about Johnny coming out lately where like fans are concerned because he looks like he's dying.
Now, you said we've been worried about Johnny Depp. Are you worried about Johnny Depp?
No.
Because I don't personally give a rat's ass about Johnny Depp. But Johnny Depp wants to make one thing clear. He spends more than $30,000 a month on wine.
A month?
How much again? 31,000?
30,000.
30,000 a month on wine.
It's insulting to say that I spend more. It's insulting to say that I spend $30,000 on wine, he said. Because it's far more. Far more.
You make me sound bad.
The beleaguered Pirates of the Caribbean star was referring to his ex-manager's lawsuit against him, in which they alleged his overspending, including $30,000 a month on wine. The management group TMG also alleged that Depp blew $200,000 a month on private planes, $150,000 a month on around-the-clock security, $300,000 a month to maintain a staff of 40 people, as well as $18 million on a yacht, $4 million on a failed record label, and $3 million to shoot Hunter S. Thompson's ashes out of a cannon.
Why would that be $3 million?
Well,
got to get a cannon.
Because Hunter had specific instructions.
Carrie's the biggest Hunter S. Thompson fan we know.
He wanted a cannon.
Okay.
That was, and he said, I want it to be 100 or something feet high.
Yeah.
It had to be red.
Mm-hmm.
The top of the cannon had to be shaped like a fist with two thumbs.
Yeah.
He had very specific.
Why?
Because he was crazy.
Because he's Hunter. He's insane. And as far as Depp goes, no one hangs out with Hunter that much and survives. That's why Depp is the way he is.
Depp says that it cost $2 million more. He wanted to launch The Late Author's Remains higher than the 151-foot height of the Statue of Liberty, though Rolling Stone reports Depp may have flubbed the $5 million number, as most recorded documents list the price at $3 million for shooting the ashes.
Because there was like a big party, there was live music, all of his friends were there.
He keeps a sound engineer on his payroll. I have got bagpipes, a baby crying, and bombs going off. It creates truth.
What?
Some of my biggest heroes were in silent film. It had to be behind the eyes. My feeling is that if there's no truth behind the eyes, it doesn't matter what the effing words are.
He's fried his brain, hasn't he? None of those words
I've gone
make
beyond
sense.
don't say fried my brain. I've fricasseed it and then poached it in wine.
What's that you're doing?
Well, this is I'm not going to play it. Somebody
Oh.
found it for me, but this is in the extras of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Hunter designing his funeral with a funeral home and with Ralph Steadman, his friend, the artist. And he has specific instructions. If you just go on YouTube and look for Hunter's funeral, you can see these are his instructions, and that's what Depp did.
Yeah. So there you go. There's your Johnny Depp story. He's spending more than anyone knew, especially on more than $30,000.
We were somewhere around Barstow, on the edge of the desert, when the drugs began to take hold.
Yep, there you go.
Oh. Traffic? I am always surprised when that happens. Don't forget, this weekend, Hill Air Force Base, they've got the air show going on, so it's going to be more difficult to get on base. We've got, let's see, that crash eastbound I-84. This is in Morgan County that a friend of the program was telling us about. And that's the only accident being reported right now. You can report stuff to us by texting it to us, 33986.
Coming up,
yes,
I would like to tell you about the enormous cat.
The enormous cat story?
Is anybody missing an absolutely enormous cat?
Also, boner fight. We'll find out who boner of the day is and boner of the week for a while. Stand by. KXRK Provo.
Hi, this is Todd Newcomb. Every Sunday morning at 9, join me as I take you back to the era of dial-up internet.
Tonight on Channel 8, join us for Mysteries of Science. Our scientific staff explore unanswered questions that have boggled the minds of the scientific community for years.
Hello. We're the new Mysteries of Science hosts. Radio's Carrie and Bill help us explore the scientific worlds of the unknown.
Tonight, we answer the age-old question: How long can a grasshopper live when its head is placed under the focused beam of a high-power magnifying glass?
Use the tweezers to hold him still.
Ow, ow, you're burning my finger. Focus the beam on his head.
The sun, life giver.
Ah, there he goes.
And life taker.
Also tonight on Mysteries of Science, we see just how much damage a firecracker will do to, again, a grasshopper, when it's taped to the insect's body.
Will you hold the damn thing still while I light the fuse?
Ow, my fingers!
Don't miss Mysteries of Science. It's TV worth giving a look-see to. Tonight, right after The Brown Nun on Channel 8.
It's Cold War kids. They're coming to town.
Yeah, they're coming to the Ogden Twilight. Is that next week? Yeah.
Yeah, next week.
Next week. Okay.
Go to ogdentwilight.com.
Yeah, we won't be here, so we played it now.
Yeah.
Instead of next week.
All right.
Let's see now. Do we have anything we need to do before we get to the fat cat story?
Enormous cat.
Enormous cat, sorry.
Yeah, let's do this.
What?
Why don't we?
What?
X96 proud to present the Never Ending Summer Unity Tour 2018 featuring The Offspring and 311 special guest Gym Class Heroes Friday, July 27th. USANA Amphitheater. Tickets are on sale at SmithTix outlets and SmithTix.com, or maybe you'll win some from us right now. I'm going to give you a keyword and you'll text it to 33986. The keyword is good. G-O-O-D, good. Text it to 33986.
All right, this is a story that we didn't get to this week. I've had it in the file all week. And it says, anybody missing an enormous cat? Chubbs, the cat, has now been adopted, though, by a couple in Monrovia, California.
Holy cow.
X96.com/live. Wow. That's Chubbs.
That is not okay.
Now, Chubbs, according to the Pasadena Humane Society, said that the couple that adopted the Chubbs had lost their cat, their 14-year-old cat, to cancer 3 months ago. Chubbs was initially slated to go up for adoption on Sunday, but the shelter postponed the date to investigate claims of several people who said Chubbs was their cat.
Oh, really?
We want the chubby cat.
When the shelter found none of the claims to be credible, Chubbs went up for adoption, and these folks adopted it. But they did try for a long time to find the owner. It says, huge cat alert in the Pasadena Humane Society Twitter account. The Chubbs, when Chubbs was found, he was in really bad shape. He was covered with mats. You know, his hair had gotten all matted because was too fat to groom himself.
Now,
He can't.
Is he fat because whoever owned him was overfeeding him?
Well, they don't know. I mean, Chubbs is adorable, but it says it's not cute for cats to be overweight. Excess weight can lead to a slew of serious health problems. We need to get the weight off him. Whoever adopts him is hopefully going to have a little bit of fun exercising him. When Chubbs came in, he had matted fur so severe it appeared to be causing him pain. He was too big to groom himself properly, and so they had to shave off most of his hair. But he, in spite of his struggles, so he wasn't lost for too long, though. You'd think he would have slimmed down. Because of his physical struggles, even in spite of them, Chubbs, they say, has a very sweet nature. He is 29 pounds of love. Wow. Chubbs. What a great cat.
I love Chubbs.
Now, my cat, Mr. Fluffy Pants.
Now, he's fluffy, so it's mostly hair.
No.
Is he fat too?
I bet he weighs 18 or 19 pounds.
Really?
Yeah.
Does he let you pick him up? Because one of your cats doesn't like to be touched.
Yeah, he's fine. He'll let you pick him up. He's Mr. Fluffy Pants. He is a huge, mostly black cat. He has a little bit of white fur on his neck and on his belly, and he's so huge, so you'd think, well, he's fearless. Well, he likes to go outside, and I'll let him go outside because he doesn't go anywhere but the backyard, ever.
Well, it's scary if you go further than that.
And the minute something happens that he doesn't understand or is not familiar with, he runs to the back door, and his ears are back, and he's going, let me in, let me. Now, sometimes we're not there to let him in, and there's a screen, and then the door is closed, and he'll open the screen and let it close behind him and wedge himself up against the glass.
I'm safe in here.
And then you look at him, and he's looking at you like, let me in. Like anytime there's a noise he doesn't understand, anytime a car goes up down the driveway, anytime the Blue Jays squawk at him, he immediately turns around and runs back to the house. So
I'm picturing Gene Wilder in Young Frankenstein when he wants you to open the door.
That cat weighs half as much as my 10-year-old daughter, says Corey.
Chubbs?
Yeah, Chubbs.
Yeah.
I love Chubbs.
He's a pretty cat.
I'm thinking that had to be an overfeeding owner, though.
Yeah, that was someone who was spoiling the.
Now I've got a gland condition.
My grandma, she fed 2 poodles to death, like loved them to death.
Really?
Like fed them until they exploded.
My grandmother did that with one of her grandkids.
See, now that's in Pasadena, so it's a reasonably well-to-do area.
I think so.
So I think that this is my theory. It's an elderly person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who loved that cat and just fed it all the time.
That's what my grandma did.
And then died.
And then croaked.
And then the cat,
where's Chubbs going to go?
What do I do? And maybe the family didn't want it and they turned it loose or something.
I gotta go find my next meal ticket.
Poor Chubbs. I love Chubbs. I had a cat that weighed 33 pounds. Ended up dying of kidney failure while we were trying to slim him down. Watch your cat's weight, people. That's a text.
That's cat talk.
Who's taking care of your cats while you're gone?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We got a big 50-pound bag of food, and we just slid it down the slid it down the center, so they can get into it.
Yeah. Leave the tap running just a little bit in the sink.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
All right, we got Boner of the Day coming up. Boner Fight is on the way, and some news. Stand by for that. Got to tell you about Snowbird Ski and Summer Resort. It was really hot yesterday. And I kept thinking, boy, it'd be nice to be up the canyon.
Always cooler up there. The air's always better up there. And it's a great place to stay and play.
Yeah, the stay and play packages start at just $108 per night per person. That's lodging, breakfast, and unlimited use of the summer activities. So that, when you factor in the price of getting a wristband for the summer activities, when you factor that in, that's an excellent price for staying overnight at Snowbird. The summer activities are open daily from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., and they're all open now. The aerial tram, the mountain coaster, the vertical drop, and the Woodward Rectangle, which is a ninja obstacle course.
I tried it. It wrecked me. Yeah. But the kids scrambled all over it.
Don't forget tonight, the outdoor movies start with Teen Wolf. That's at dusk on the Snowbird Center Plaza deck, and the Cool Air concert tomorrow. And again, both of those are free. You can find out more by going to snowbird.com.
Hi, I'm Todd Newcomb. I was born in Utah, and I grew up listening to alternative music in Utah.
X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
And remember that info, because you're going to need it for Boner Fight coming up after this. Big boy news and a Pinuendo. A reasonable amount, by the way. Brought to you by
Lucky's Auto Credit, where $77 and a job gets you a car. 2 locations, Salt Lake City and Ogden. For program details or to apply online, visit luckysautocredit.com.
Fraser Ridge Farm in the Cascade Mountains, overlooking the Catskill and Berkshire Mountains.
Nice.
It's 432 acres.
As far as the eye can see.
And a house... A Georgian, the house is a Georgian colonial.
Mm-hmm.
There is a guest barn.
Mm-hmm.
There's a casita.
This
a
all
cabin,
sounds lovely.
A recreation barn, and multiple outbuildings. In 2004, Daryl Hall. This is Daryl Hall's house of Hall and Oates.
Okay.
Is it for sale?
In 2004, Hall, the former owner, dismantled 2 18th century homes dating back. Yes, it is. Dating back to 1777 and 1776, and restored them on the grounds to create an 8,000 square foot museum quality main house. In addition to his music career, during which he's sold more than 40 million records, restoring historical homes has been his passion. The house includes 24 rooms, 5 bedrooms, 5.5 baths.
Wait, can you just go back to 24 rooms?
9 fireplaces, an indoor swimming pool and a pool house, a media room, a billiards room, a fitness center, and a wine cellar, and, of course, the room where Daryl Hall hosts fellow musicians for his show after several years as an online series. I didn't know it had premiered on TV in 2011.
Yeah.
I've only seen it online.
What? Okay, so you got 24 rooms. You got kitchen.
I just said what they were.
But
I just said what they were. 5 baths, multiple kitchens, not just a kitchen, multiple kitchens.
You need all that
2
for
hours.
Daryl?
It's 2 hours.
Elvis Costello is very demanding.
It's 2 hours outside of New York. So when people come, like Elvis Costello, come to be in Daryl's place, they stay there.
Okay.
And they come
he
with
needs
music.
a bedroom and a bathroom. Maybe a little kitchenette. Maybe.
You're a fine one to talk.
What?
You would love this place.
I would hate 24 rooms.
Oh man, I'd love
Look
it.
at
$17 million is what he's selling it for.
That's reasonable.
I can't go for that. I'm sorry.
Hell, you could turn it into a bed and breakfast and, make some money.
It's a beautiful place. It really is. Well,
where's he moving?
He's getting a 5-floor walk-up efficiency apartment in Manhattan.
He met a rich girl, and he's moving to Manhattan, and you know it.
He doesn't need a rich girl.
No.
He does not need a rich girl.
Yeah.
Sparks were not flying.
No.
For Zoe Deutsch and James Franco. Deutsch, who starred in the comedy Why Him with James Franco, said on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen Wednesday night that he was, he said, Andy Cohen said, so how does James Franco kiss? You had to kiss him a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, meh.
Nah, not great.
Cohen says, really, not great? No, not memorable? Yeah, very not memorable, she said. Not only did the 23-year-old set-it-up actress criticize his style, she was also candid about how he smelled. How was his breath? Actually not good, she said.
Although
What?
I don't really care about James Franco anyway, so
I've got
this
I've got a quick sound clip of this here.
Of James
Zoe, how do you describe James Franco's kissing style?
Nah.
Oh,
really? Not great.
No.
Not great. Well, what was it? Lungy? Was it too much?
It's not. Nah.
Not memorable.
Yeah, very.
Yes.
Yeah.
How was the breath?
Nah. Actually, not good.
Not good.
I believe it.
Yeah.
He's out of the public eye now, pretty much, isn't he?
Well, he had those. He had some Me Too stuff.
Yeah, and he's not been trying to rehabilitate, has he? Side by side in a shallow pit, 2 soldiers hastily buried, and along with them not flowers or memories, mementos, but 11 arms and legs. limbs belonging to the fallen soldiers' comrades, according to archaeologists, and were likely gathered from the amputation tables of the deluged Union Army surgeons on a Civil War battlefield and buried there. We've heard these stories, but this is archaeological proof of what these surgeons were forced to do. The remains discovered in 2014, excavated in 2015 from Virginia's Manassas National Battlefield Park, marked the first ever discovery of an intact surgeon's limb pit. There had been, written accounts of it, but they found it. And if you've ever seen Gone with the Wind, I think it's when after the intermission, the movie opens with the scene. I haven't seen it for years, but it opens and it just left it. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've seen Gone with the Wind since I was a kid.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen Gone with the Wind?
It was nothing I was ever interested in.
It's most of it is really quite good, but the scene when it opens right after the intermission,
it's disturbing.
And it's a surgical field surgeon's tents, dozens of tents, and they're sawing off people's arms and legs and they're out of ether. Yeah, and they're putting them in piles. We're out of ether.
We gotta
just putting them in piles. There's a lot of that. I mean, there's some of the movie that's over the top, as I recall, but there's some of it that's just incredible, and it's beautifully filmed. Is that it?
That's good.
Okay, that's good because I was going to do a story about how a NASA scientist says we're failing miserably to address climate change.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
And we don't have much time left.
We are. That is true.
It's Boner Fight, the final round.
All right, here they are. The winner from round one going up against the winner from round two. Round one's winner in the 7 o'clock hour was Scotty Needs Tactical Pants. That's Scott Pruitt, the head of the EPA, who, for some reason, needs tactical pants and tactical polo shirts and body armor. He's the head of the EPA. Why does he need these things? Oh, I don't know. Look at him. Maybe he does.
Yeah. Again, 24-hour Fox News outrage if it was a Democrat.
Yeah. And then boner candidate number two from the 8 o'clock hour. Shoot them all at the border. A woman who's a DMV worker in Oregon did a Facebook post, and she said, listen, this border thing, we should just shoot them all at the border and call it good. It will save hardworking Americans billions of dollars on taxes and make America great again. Yeah. That's boner candidate number two.
All right, you've got to decide which of these two candidates is the worst. Which one deserves to be boner of the day for today, Friday, June 22. 1 or 2, remember your candidate number. Put that number in the message of a text. That's all we need. And then text that to 33986. Or you can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Fight Friday, June 22 and vote there. But you got 300 seconds to do it in, so let's go. This is Boner of the Day.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! We join our elders as they pursue leads given them by Zone Leader Hansen, This episode finds elders Christiansen and Jensen trying to catch up to a rather well-known starship.
Captain, scanners show two small one-man craft closing fast.
Captain, they're hailing us.
Analysis, Mr. Spock.
Readings coming in now, sir. 2 single-occupant warp-capable 10-speed bikes.
Spock, enough with the details. Who are they?
There is a 99.7% probability they are LDS missionaries.
Mr. Sulu, go to red alert. Evasive maneuvers. Arm photon torpedoes.
Aye, Captain.
No good, Captain. They're still closing in on us. Mr. Sulu, ready phasers.
Phasers ready, sir.
Damn it, Jim. Don't you think that Starfleet would disapprove of you blasting away at unarmed missionaries?
As much as I hate to agree with the so-called doctor, I believe his logic is sound on this matter.
Don't bite me, you pointy-eared half-breed. Bones, that's enough. Report, Mr. Sulu.
While you and the others were bickering about our strategy, we were boarded by the missionaries.
Mr. Sulu, where are they now?
Turbo lift number 7 en route to the bridge.
Hi, my name is Elder Christiansen, and this is my companion, Elder Jensen. We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
We're here to ask you if you've ever heard of our church, and if so, would you like to know more?
Spock, what does the computer have on these Mormons?
Fascinating, Captain. Church founded in the 19th century, has grown steadily since, preach a belief system involving an eternal afterlife, and encourage their members to abstain from drugs, including caffeine, gambling, and sex outside of marriage.
Elder Christiansen, is this accurate?
Yep, the pointy-eared half-breed is fairly accurate.
No sex outside of marriage. My God, how barbaric. We wouldn't be able to fill an entire hour of TV time if I didn't stop to have sex with green, large-breasted women with blue hair every week.
It would cause some difficulties for the riders, Captain.
Spock, see if you can sneak around behind them and use the Vulcan nerve pinch on them.
Excuse me, elders, but you seem to have some lint on the shoulders of your dark suits. Let me be of assistance.
Quick, put them on their bikes and beam them into deep space.
Could this be the end of our elders? Would Starfleet really frown upon firing photon torpedoes at missionaries? Why was Dr. McCoy always hanging out on the bridge when he should have been in sickbay? Find out the answers to these and other questions on the next nerve-pinching episode of Space Elders!
Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, it's time to award Boner of the Day.
And the Boner of the Day is brought to you by Macaroni and Cheese, in part by Macaroni and Cheese and asparagus.
And X96 welcomes the 24th annual Vans Warp Tour for its final full cross-country tour on Saturday, June 30th, featuring Simple Plan, The Main Issues, Real Big Fish, so many more. This year, the Vans Warp Tour has moved to USANA Amphitheater. Tickets are on sale now at all SmithTix locations and SmithTix.com.
So, boner candidate number 1, Scotty needs tactical pants. EPA head Scott Pruitt spending more of your taxpayer money on body armor and tactical pants and tactical polo shirts because he needs that stuff. And then boner candidate number 2, shoot them all at the border. A DMV worker in Oregon under fire for posting on Facebook that we should just solve the immigration problem by shooting them all at the border. Alex won some Warped Tour tickets, and the winner, boner candidate number 2, shoot them all at the border.
All right, there's your Boner of the Day winner. It is now qualified to be Boner of the Week. We'll do that here in about 10 minutes or so. Stand by for that.
Dave is waiting right outside the door. He's ready. I had to tell him, not yet.
Not
Dave.
yet.
All right. Not
He
yet.
knows. He knows.
I know, but it's fun to tell him not yet. I got this. I need to tell you guys about this.
Is that more hate mail?
It is not hate mail. It is 2 notes, frantically dried and written notes. One that says my name over and over and over and over and over again. And the last one, like it's tearing through the paper, so it's frantically written. It says, Richie, 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 Richie. And then the second one says, why won't you call me, in big letters. And it was stuffed in my mailbox.
Now, what is the other side of that paper?
It's like a schedule for what looks like kind of a retreat.
Gina, a clue.
That's what I'm. That's what I'm looking for.
So there's this note. It says, "Why won't you call me?" And the other one just has my name over and over again, stuffed in my mailbox. I saw papers in my mailbox, and I just thought, some kids are being punks and stuck papers in my mailbox. My girlfriend, who lives at my house, she went to the mail to get her mailbox.
Richie does not live at his house.
Yeah, I live with my dad. Like every 38-year-old person should.
And his girlfriend lives at
my house, at the Homesteadman.
That's a whole other story.
Yeah. I think she did it.
So she goes to get the mail, and she's like, "What is this? Who is it that has not? Who are you not calling?"
It's got to be a woman, right?
Well, I don't know who it is, and there are a few people who know where my house is, family, and then just a few friends. I haven't told a lot of people. I think people here know the area that it's in. It's in Salt Lake, obviously, but there are not a lot of people that go, "Oh, that house is where Richie
this
lives."
Yesterday?
So I saw it on Wednesday, and I just thought, again, that it was just sort of papers that was left in there. She finds it yesterday and is like, "What is this?" And I'm racking my brain thinking, because if you've listened to the story arc here on the Radio from Hell show, I have had some interesting people in my dating past. Someone who broke through a window when I lived with our old intern Britt, who was like, "I just want to talk to you." So that was weird, but not necessarily what this is. And I'm just racking my brain going, and who have I not called? Who, whatever. And she says, "Well, is there something that I need to know?" It instantly becomes this sort of, is there a thing? And I'm like, no, I don't know. And then I remembered.
I have a clue, old chum.
Yes.
The flight attendant.
So I didn't go there. I didn't come to that thought of.
I did. That's the first thing I thought of.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I didn't.
The flight attendant that Richie found on his park strip, a guy who was skateboarding and apparently had been hit by a car, and Richie helped him out.
And he made me take his phone number. He said, "Make sure that you call me."
And you haven't.
And I have not yet, but I knew that he was going back to his hotel and going back on a plane, so I didn't figure that he, for whatever reason, had done that. So I'm freaking out, and then I remember, you know what? I've got Xfinity Home. I've got a camera that goes on my front door. I can just look and see who it is. And so I look at the video camera that captures it, and who it is it's my neighbor on either side of me. He Airbnbs his homes. And he has a woman who now I found out is his daughter who works for him. He put her up to putting those notes in the mailbox. And I was like, I don't understand this.
Why?
So I called him up and I said, "Okay, there is this, I think it's the person who works for you. Why does she need me to call you? Do you need me to call you?" And he just starts laughing. He says, Well, you know I'm a huge friend of the show, friend of the program. I was listening the other day. I didn't get the flight attendant's name, so I couldn't sign it from the name. But through not being able to, gasp for air in how much he was laughing, he's just like, "Oh, sorry, yeah, she doesn't trust you. Oh, ha, ha. So funny. Just a big prank from my next door neighbor."
But we all immediately thought it had something to do with.
Yeah, but flight attendants fly out of town. I didn't make that leap. But they.
I love that you thought it was more likely a crazy ex-girlfriend.
This thing on the back, it's written on the back of some paper. Whoever does this sells oils from Young Living.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's Young Living.
The smelly oil people.
It's the Oily Lives people.
So just this, but a freaky note.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't have been able to.
It's what that essential oil does to you.
Yeah, it makes you crazy.
Yeah, apparently. It makes you
Which
play.
Which is the oil for crazy.
It makes you play practical jokes that you think are really, really funny and nobody in the room does.
Lavender, old chum.
Yes.
Perhaps Louis the Lilac is back in town. Let's get this clue back to the Batcave.
Meanwhile.
But.
Telling you.
But crazy.
Our attorney Ed Brass asking this question. Is this segment so that we get used to the best ofs next week?
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, it is.
Kind of. That's what it is. Yeah.
100%.
Do we have any favorites we want Richie to play next week while we're gone? Do you have any?
No.
No?
No, I don't. There's
don't
nothing
care.
about the show I like.
Let Richie know what you want to hear.
Yeah, you can always email me, richie@x96.com. You can bet that the key story will be played. And you can bet that Scottish or Deaf will be played.
Yay, Scottish or
Those are
Deaf.
two that are always played no matter what.
You know what the speculation is, though? According to the all-knowing suit.
What's that?
People are saying, and I am hearing, that this isn't an upcoming vacation at all. Rather, you are all being placed on leave due to your persistence in doing check-ins, the check-in feature against everyone's judgment. What say you? We have no comment on whether we are being placed on leave instead of going on vacation.
You fiendish devil.
No comment.
No comment. All right. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Boner of the Week coming up. Stand by for that. Oh, wait. First, it's Friday. International release date for all music, so that means that there's new music, movies, games, records, and more to pick up at a locally owned and operated Gray Whale location near you. Here's what we got. Music. Panic at the Disco. Their new one. Pray for the Wicked. 9 Inch Nails. One called Bad Witch is out. BB Rexha. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Expectations is out today. Kamasi Washington, Heaven and Earth is out. Chemis, their new one, Destillation. Dawes, their new one, Passwords is out. Street Dogs have a new one. Stand for Something or Die for Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And The Cure. Is this a new one mixed up? Or is that a re-release?
No, that's a re-release.
That's a re-release. Okay. There we go. So I'm sure it's been re-released in some special form. They didn't include it in my copy here, but why don't you call them and find out? Movies and TV, Pacific Rim Uprising is available, so you can see it finally. Unsane is available today. And the Criterion edition of Bowling for Columbine. Remember the old days? Yeah. Summer concert tickets. Gray Whale is a ticket outlet for some of the best concerts series of the summer. You can pick up tickets for all of the Ogden Twilight and Salt Lake Twilight shows, as well as Crucial Fest 2018 at any Gray Whale location. Cash or credit cards accepted for tickets. Go to graywhaleslc.com. They got real-time inventory searches, Killer Whale membership discount availability. You can use your store credit for purchasing, and they constantly update you on sales and promotions and events. Trade in your old stuff for new stuff. They want your unwanted music, movies, games, books, and vinyl. You get cash or store credit toward the purchase of something new. Join the Killer Whale Club and you'll receive a lifetime discount. Follow them on their social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Gray Whale SLC. That is your Gray Whale Entertainment Report.
Away completely. And it potentially could be.
Ladies and gentlemen, direct from the haunted house near you, he's the guy who chased you out at the end. He wears,
I was scared.
He wears the hockey mask and threatens you with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
He is Chainsaw Guy.
Yeah. How are you? You're the little girl who wet her pants last time, aren't you?
You scare me every time, Chainsaw Guy.
Chainsaw Guy, it's good to see you. Of course, a lot of people know you as the guy who chases you out at the end of the haunted house with the chainsaw.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
And you've been very busy.
Yes, very busy. This is my big night.
But a lot of people don't know that Chainsaw Guy is also a very sensitive man, especially in the ways of love and relationships.
Oh, thank you. And I am a licensed sex therapist.
Now, when
sex therapist?
When you are when you're doing your sessions, do you wear the mask? Or do you take it off ever?
The mask never comes off. I do change the jumpsuit occasionally. You like the new one?
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, well, I thought it was time for a new set of overalls, and so I got the bright orange like a prison inmate.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
It adds to the menace.
Thank you.
All right, Chainsaw Guy, we have. I believe we indulge her every year. Chainsaw Guy, we have on the line. Tim, Tim is on the line, who's desperately in need of some of your love advice. Tim, go ahead and tell Chainsaw Guy exactly what's going on and ask your question when you're finished.
Sure, Chainsaw Guy. Well, my question is, I'm in a relationship with a girl named Aubrey right now, and everything's going swimmingly with her. She's great. The problem is with her mother. Her whole family is all LDS and very LDS, and I'm very not LDS.
Yes.
Her mother naturally has a problem with that.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to know, Chainsaw Guy, what should I do?
Well, Tim, I think one thing, and I don't think it is, or first or third in it. I don't think it is something. I think this is in a June, and then mother and daughter, that you take both of them, that you assemble their brother, for a lot of north temperature and a curry on top, and I take the person over, and I say the visitor, and then I end up doing both.
So there you go, Tim.
Thank you very much.
I left out the part where, Chainsaw Guy has his chainsaw with him. It's all a key.
It's a pulling.
Part of the, it's a pulling. Yes, it is a pulling. Catherine. I don't blame you. Catherine, Chainsaw Guy is here. What is your question?
All right. I'm curious because I've been dating this guy a couple weeks.
Are you bi-curious?
Are you bi-curious is what he's asking?
That's what I said. Are you bi-curious?
No. I'm just curious because he keeps on saying that he wants to just love me to pieces.
Oh.
And I just don't know if I should let him do that because it kind of creeps me out.
Well.
So, Chainsaw Guy, what should Catherine do?
Well, Catherine, first to the Lord, is to get a refrigerated truck, and then you do it in the thing. And then the second on the line, and then get down, and then I kind of get a little bit, and then he just walks on, and then he will for them, and then he can live more of you in more places.
There you go, Catherine. I hope that helped. Are we done, Gina?
One more.
I'm always up, although I'm very busy. I've got
he does have to go and sharpen the chainsaw blade.
Just one more.
All right.
What do you mean? It's not a chainsaw blade. It's a chain, you idiot.
Yeah. Brittany.
Hello.
Hi, Brittany.
Chainsaw Guy is here. What is your... tell us about your situation and then ask Chainsaw Guy what to do.
I have this friend that we've been friends for a long time, and I have a crush on him, and I just met his new girlfriend, and he wants me to honestly tell him what I think of her, and I can't stand her, and I want to tell him how I feel, but I just don't know. Chainsaw Man, what should I do?
Well, I think I know. So did you get her girlfriend? and then go ahead again. I said, yeah, you have a contract. So what they need to do is tell everybody to say what they think about, and then they go home, and then I think there's no contract magic. And if you think what the word is, and then the commanders there, and then I think the power of the very end up in a three-way.
So there you go.
Thank you.
Brittany, thank you.
No, thank you.
Can I go now? I've got a lot of people to scare.
Yes, thank you very much.
Sure.
Chainsaw Guy.
Are they performing now?
All right, yes. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Chainsaw Guy. It's just amazing he makes time on Halloween.
Look at that. He's out the door. Look at that.
There he goes.
Here he goes. Orange jumpsuit, his pulling chainsaw. There he
Hockey
goes.
mask.
For another year, gone.
Glad he got rid of the Husqvarna.
Yeah.
It's not as scary as a pulling because they're higher pitched.
Yeah. I remember when he started, all he could afford was an eager beaver.
Time to award Boner of the Week.
Oh, Dave is here. Dave, the flower guy. Clean shaven as always.
Yeah.
You ever try to grow a beard? You have facial hair, don't you?
Yeah.
You shave every day?
Just about every other day.
Yeah. So you've never tried to grow a beard, though? No, why not?
No.
Why don't you grow a beard?
Mom says that looks...
Your mother won't let you. She said, I know, this is what she says, right? David, you look like a bum.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, you just listen, you're a good boy. You listen to your mother, and I think that's the right thing to do. All right, you ready, Dave?
Yep.
Dave's been selecting the Boner of the Week for 37 years now. And here we go. He listens every day. He knows what these are. We'll just run through them quickly so that y'all can know what he's picking from. Boner candidate number 1 from Monday. Don't tell me you can't move. You set up. It's an emergency room doctor who wasn't buying the fact that a patient in the emergency room was having a panic attack, even though that was the case. And she also accused the guy of just being in the emergency room because she wanted drugs. Being a person of color, the patient being a person of color might have had something to do with that as well. Boner candidate number 2, culture smulcher. Everyone needs to look the same. Oh, that's the high school graduation, the Tongan kid who was not allowed to wear a traditional Tongan piece of clothing under his robe where no one would see it. Boner candidate number 3, have it your way, comrade. That's the Burger King in Russia, doing an ad campaign that said, any Russian woman who gets pregnant with child of World Cup player will win money and lifetime Whoppers. They have apologized for their ad campaign. And Boner candidate number 4 from Thursday, it gives me a natural glow. A video showing a woman drinking a cup of her dog's fresh pee, saying it cures her acne, gives her a nice glowing skin, and she knows it can cure cancer, too.
No.
And Boner candidate number 5 from today, shoot them all at the border. Dave, which one?
Number 5.
Yeah, well, okay. Shoot them all at the border. Yeah.
All right, that is Boner of the Week. There we go.
It's the last one you'll get for a while.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we're going... So the rumors that this is some sort of forced leave of absence is not true. As far as you know. As far as you know.
It's just actual vacation.
I mean, I'm planning on being back on the 5th.
I am too.
I'm not sure.
You know when you're coming back.
It's not the 5th. It's not the 5th.
It's not the 5th.
No.
Carrie and I will be here. Bill's going to have a couple of extra days.
It was because I was the worst. I'm in forced leave more than the two of you. Yeah. And I have to pay a fine, which I think is totally unfair.
And Bill's doing his traditional, slain polygamist leader Bill Allred family trip.
Yeah, it's my wife, my mother-in-law, and all of my children, all 4 of them, and my ex-wife going to vacation together at a beach house in Costa Rica.
I think that's great that you guys do that.
You don't have to be there. No, it's fine.
That everybody gets along.
Yeah,
it's nice.
We get along mostly. We do. We get along just fine.
And will this be an active vacation or will this be a?
It just depends. Some of us may be more active than others.
Because I know you like to just find a spot where you can,
Yes.
It's as
day drink, and
that's what I like.
Yeah, from what I can tell, it's a very nice house with a pool, it's one of those infinity pools.
So we're gonna go over the edge now.
And
I thought I could swim forever. Then I hit that wall.
Yeah. And I think part of the pool is indoors.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
indoor outdoor, and it has a beautiful view of the ocean. And
Corey says you're lucky because every restaurant in Costa Rica basically serves the same thing. So
no, I am told, and I've got reservations at one restaurant, and I've been told about another that they're 2 of the best restaurants. My friend who has this house he said these are the best restaurants I've ever eaten in anywhere.
Okay.
And Carrie?
Nothing yet.
No set plans?
If I do something, I'll tell you about it when I get back.
Okay.
Right now, the plan is home.
Hang out.
I'm going to see Ant-Man and the Wasp on Tuesday.
That'll be nice. It'll be fun.
And I think I can review it on my Twitter or Facebook on Wednesday.
How much will you sleep in?
A lot.
I mean, can you sleep in pretty late or?
Yeah, every morning if I want to.
Yeah, I can't do that. I mean, I don't get up at 3 when I'm on vacation, but
no.
Like 7?
7 usually is about as.
Oh, I'm able to pull off 10 usually.
Really?
9 or 10. Yeah.
Man, I can't do it.
Yeah.
So now we're getting ready to get in the car and start driving, and I'll have my guilt set in almost immediately because what I want to do is crawl in the car and go to sleep, but I think that's not fair to the person that's driving.
Why? I don't think they want to hear you yammering at them. Sleep. It's funny. So Gina says, okay, on Friday, I'm going on vacation right at 10 o'clock.
Yes.
I am out of here.
Yes.
I am out of here right at 10 o'clock. Like that's different from any other day.
Oh, well.
Take the mobile home.
Take the mobile home?
Then you can
sleep in the back?
Sleep in the back.
That's what you should have done.
You should have rented a mobile home.
Yeah, that sounds.
All right, let's do the promo. Gina's got to go.
Oh,
Ready?
No, because
What?
I'm so going, I already turned my computer off.
Oh, my hell.
Okay, I'll do Gina's line, too. Carrie, you just do the one in the middle.
You have the last line, and it's easy.
It's you got to say.
It's Bill, me, and then you.
Okay.
And you say, we mean it. Have a great weekend.
Okay.
Listen to Radio from Hell on X96.
6 a.m. to 10 a.m. at 96.3 FM or on our X96 app.
We mean it. Have a great weekend.
Oh, boy.
Hey, Dave, when I get back from vacation, I want to see you with a full beard, okay?
Whoa.
Just defy your mother.
That's 2 weeks. That's plenty.
2 weeks?
Yeah. Start growing that thing in today.
It's hot. This isn't the time of year to...
Having a beard makes no difference.
It must.
It does not.
There's no way it cannot.
It does not. She's the person who shaves her dog.
When we get back, it'll be Ask a Beard Wearer, a beard owner. All right. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
The beard makes you hot.
I don't know who's next. I don't know.
A 1 hour nonstop music wing ding starts now. X96.